Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. This is the world of Atlaran. We've entered the early stages of an industrial age that has begun taming the wilderness across the world. And while progress brings solutions, it also brings new and more complex problems, and tends to pick at old wounds left unhealed. The first trains have begun to run in the north along with airships, but the long-ignored issues of stolen land, pollution, and deforestation have begun to fester, to name only a few. But our focus and our second story is on one small group of new allies and their own struggles and battles against a changing, dangerous world. Our particular window in time falls 500 years after the calamity and the great shattering of Harris. With any luck, this story will resonate across time like the last.
Christmas Fortunemær, a dodgy charlatan formerly of the Jade Street Crows gang, but he doesn't remember that part of his life. With a 5-year memory gap and having only recently rediscovered friends he'd forgotten, Christmas is suddenly on a dangerous path left by his former self. Thankfully, he's a master of charm, theatrics, and disguise, and when those don't work, he has found family that, whether he remembers them or not, will fight to the last beside him.
Magda Wrenly, a professional mercenary and member of the revered Taiylor clan of monster hunters. With a wasting curse weighing on her shoulders that can't be dismissed by normal means, Magda has been left to search for an unconventional cure. Now, she's found herself with a group of allies she didn't ask for, and friends whose love she doesn't understand. Years of dealing with regret, ill health, and distrust have left her slow to ask for help.
Noah Borago, a cheery alchemist from Reese's Ridge and son of a well-known engineer and apothecarist. Noah's upbringing was colorful, to say the least, leading to his expertise in potions and mechanical contraptions. He's out in the world to find new ideas and support the family business. But now, he's stumbled into a pile of issues that most rich kids from the suburbs just don't deal with. But in his own words, usually with a gun and a grin leveled at the current problem, "Don't you worry there, guy, everything's gonna be hunky-dory."
Foostrak Wildborn, a wandering warrior from the Nathar clan and student of the runic battle traditions of the Giantkin. Raised by folk who believed in the survival of the fittest, but refused to adapt to the modern world, Foostrak left the clan to seek outside knowledge to hopefully bring home one day. He is set on helping his people survive, even if they're stuck in their old ways and don't realize how badly they need his insight.
Good morning, everyone, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you are.
Harris, you look like you're self-elated over there.
Yeah.
I'm too fat for that.
Wow. Happy fucking New Year, everybody.
Yay.
2023 is the year of autofellatio.
Apparently we're bringing it in with a mouth bang.
Yeah.
No, stop. I don't want to mess with Twitch terms of service. Hi, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. I'm your Dungeon Master, Taiylor Wallace, and joining me, I have Astrid Knight.
Hey, everybody. You can find me everywhere at Astrid K. Writes or on my website, astrodknight.com. I wrote a book. It's called Perception Check. Woo! It's about D&D and feelings. Shut up. You can get it anywhere good books are sold, or bad books. There's a lot of bad books out there too. You can get them wherever books are sold. All right, bye.
Also, in light of one D&D, it's about a tabletop role-playing game.
Oh yes, a nondescript tabletop role. It's about, it literally is, because I had to avoid being sued.
Yeah, granted, it's called Mages of Velmira in your book, so it's not D&D. I also have Blake Wolfe.
Hi, I'm Blake Wolfe, and I write fantasy books. I wrote this series, and we wrote this one together.
Yeah.
If you sign up for my newsletter, you can get this one free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's free this weekend.
Yeah.
That's it. I just write a lot of gay fantasy books.
we're just Kermit celebrating for
Just that,
everything.
just only that.
We also have Zach Gale.
Hey, everybody. I write spooky stuff. And I have a book, Some Empty Houses Might Really Be Haunted. You can get on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Might really be empty.
And I'm going to drive the 2 minutes over to Ash's house and put her in her crawl space. She'll still be alive. I'm just going to push her in there.
Good luck. This body is not easily moved. Anyway.
Yeah, and you can find me on the dumpster fire that is Twitter at Zachary G. Author or at ZacharyGAuthor.com.
And we have our long-suffering stream master and normal guy, trademark, Zach Koop.
And I believe that my microphone is actually working this time. So
It is.
the third
For
week
now.
in the row was the charm. We'll see. Probably
We'll
just
see what
randomly
Corey
cut
says.
out earlier. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't do anything except this, so I guess... yes, Corey says it works.
Yay.
Good. So instead I'll use my segment to make an apology to Alan and Jimmy. I found out that there are apparently such things as half time zones. So if it is 12:30, it is actually 5 o'clock in some places.
Wait, there's half time zones?
Yeah, apparently there are.
Why?
So yeah, I've always ranted
What?
against those
That's
two
stupid.
guys, but yeah, and apparently
That doesn't
if it
make
is
any
12:30, it is genuinely 5 o'clock somewhere. So yeah,
That doesn't make sense. Okay.
It doesn't, but the world is stupid and whatever.
time isn't real. None of it makes sense.
I
No.
know.
It's true.
Time hasn't been real since 2020. And as I mentioned, my name is Taiylor Wallace, Dungeon Master and editor for these folks at one point or another. You can find me at...
Why?
Did you guys hear that?
No.
Hear what?
Titan chimed in the second I paused.
Then you go,
No, he went, ow! It just,
oh.
He's still learning his letters.
come here,
it's fine.
dum-dum.
Yeah.
Find me at
illiterate.
at Taiylor Wallace. Make sure you
Illiterate.
misspell Taylor with an IY, or you will never find me. All of our links are in our link tree on screen or in the descriptions wherever you're watching. If you're listening, the link tree is linktree/Atlaran Adventuring Co. And if you like our stream and want to support us, check out our Redbubble link. You may, if you're one of the few avid watchers, you may notice that we're a little behind on the VODs, but that's
Corey.
okay. We lost episode 50, unfortunately, and so I'm going to make a thing telling the story of what happened. And it's deeply unfortunate because it was a very fucking important fight. That wasn't supposed to happen at that time, but did anyway.
Yeah.
So, long story short, Sav's son Reziel is dead, and Sav ain't happy. As of last time,
At some point,
Yes.
what'll happen is in 20 years we'll get it animated and we'll hire famous voice actors to be all the characters and whatnot, and then
Yes.
it'll be the lost episode, and you can watch it animated.
Yes.
I would love to see Taylor do the recap with action figures, though.
Oh my god. That
You
would
can
be
use
so
the
funny.
things that Ben made.
Oh, the little pixie
Yeah,
guy.
there you go. Yeah.
And if we get a Mothra, then you have Reziel.
yeah. that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so last time, episode 51, Secrets of Stjernegard. Shut up. Shut up. Boy! I will beat you in the next week. Knock it off.
Oh.
He's horrible. So, after the battle with Reziel, you guys spent some time in Murdoch Kilkelly's tower, found out that Jasper, who went to get him, got trapped and stuck. You guys did a little exploring, set up the magnificent mansion. Noah did a little research in the kitchen. I laughed out loud when I went back over that part where you guys were like, Noah just takes a sign that says kitchen and puts it over the lab.
Completely spelled wrong.
Yep. Meanwhile, Christmas tried out a new spell that can change the landscape. That was pretty cool. Magda did a little bit of research in Walter's library, found some stuff from the Froststroker and about the Eight Horsemen.
The Froststroker.
Indeed. And also about the theory that not all stars are stars. You learned a little bit about the Vault of Souls. Harris actually mentioned something that I think bears repeating because it's fun and it makes people nervous. That it would be quite a thing if Sav were causing all this trouble at the southern hemisphere so that he could keep attention away from the Monomaric. Because he's tried to take it before. Walter gave you guys a little bit about Stjernegard, how it is very, very far away beyond the Demiware, and how pretty much nobody knows how to teleport or plane shift there because they don't know what the material is to make the tuning fork. Magda brought up that the getting access to the Vault of Souls means you guys could get back some very powerful people as well as the people you're missing most. No, and Christmas arrived. You guys talked a little bit about some of the things, and I believe somebody called it the prophecy in Froststroker, about how Sav rots stars out of the sky. And Christmas also made a connection with Hesperus being the evening star and his tree being the star tree. The evening star, blessings upon you. I love Willow.
Hate her so much.
You loved her.
I know. So unsettling.
Yeah.
Christmas suggested trying to talk to Hesperus, and you guys considered talking to Elen through Foostrak. Noah, on the other hand, started messing with the whalebone ring and ended up getting himself a little meeting with Taiylor and Maz. And with the request that Noah would return the whalebone ring to Marin Veneer's grave, they got you an audience with Hesperus. In the morning, Christine showed up to report that Rolliger Isle is cleared of all modern and they've contained Vern Isle. Noah talked a little bit about his idea to reverse engineer the Stella's engines and make more. And Christine also mentioned she and Chips might adopt a new baby. Eventually. She also mentioned very offhandedly that there was someone else waiting outside the door. Didn't think to mention that when she walked in. And lo and behold, an avatar of Hesperus was there, waiting to speak with you, the nobodies. You guys welcomed him in. You guys all sat down to talk. And basically, he told you guys you've gotten the god's attention. And Elen was very fond of Foostrak, so he is there to help if he can. So, it is Rienal the Ninth. You guys are still in Walter's mansion, and you have the avatar of a god sitting before you in the dining hall as the little phantoms bring around snacks. So, I believe where we ended specifically, you guys told him that you wanted to know about his time with Sav, or in Stjernegard, rather, when he was captured. Are there any specific questions you have to start with?
So it's not a question for Hesperus, but it's mostly for my own knowledge, because we mentioned this in our chat before. So like an avatar for a god would be kind of like a level up from a god's chosen. Is that correct?
No, it's an illusion.
Okay, so it's like a projection from...
It's a projection, yeah.
That's through the Demiware. Okay.
There are instances where a god can, like, basically possess one of their chosen and speak through them, but this looks like Hesperus's favored form. It is a projection. If you were to try to do anything to him, you'd basically pass right through him.
Okay. So he won't be eating.
No. Any specific questions to start?
I'll go first. Obviously, we know what transpired years ago with you and being captured by Sav. We've come to the conclusion that he wants to take over Frosthold. Some crown and whatnot, that's a metaphor, but there was also a real crown. I don't know, it gets real confusing when you think about it too much. But anyway.
I remember what's in the Foostrak, yeah.
What, we have some concerns, and we also just wanted to get some of your knowledge, because you have first-hand experience in steering a guard, and are probably the only person that's come back from there. When Sav went after the Monomarig in Amnoblin, it was, at that time he was working really for Ly'kari and alongside his brothers, correct?
Yeah.
So, is there anything that he would seek to gain by going after that again, or would that be, or just concerned that everything down here is a distraction for what might be going on up there? And
well,
I don't know.
Hey, stop it. I don't. All right, hold on one second.
Someone shut that cat up.
Good lord. Okay. Sorry, Xena. He nods and says, there is always something to be gained by taking over the Monomarig. It is... I mean, I don't think it's too big to say that it's the heart of our faith in this world. It's also where loads of races in this world first entered the world. To take the Monomarig from, I think the current Elder Druid is Raya McEmborough, to take it from her would be to endanger all of the people sleeping beneath it. It would take away the heart of the faith. It would take away a lot of things. I don't know if there's necessarily a power he can gain by taking it, but it would be a massive blow to everyone. A morale destruction, basically.
It'd be a big middle finger to all the gods.
Yeah, it would also potentially, I'm not sure if this would actually happen, but it would potentially make it much harder for us to help this world. The Demiweir already seals us all off, but not having the Monomarig where all of the anchor trees originally came from could make it more complicated. And then we'd be cut off from the Titans, and that would be even worse.
Hypothetically speaking, if they made a weapon out of part of one of the anchor trees, would that work to get through the barrier that protects the Monomarig as well as attack any of the other anchor trees?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's ever been done before. The trees themselves are magical, yes, but they're mostly symbolic. No one's ever used them as weapons, so I don't know what they're capable of.
Kind of along the same lines. Well, maybe shifting gears, I don't know. Stars. In the Froststroker.
Darkness. Sorry.
In the Froststroker, it says that some stars might actually be portals to other places. What can you say about that?
That is occasionally the case, but they don't last very long.
Do you know of any that are open right now?
Just in general, portals to other places?
Yeah.
They kind of appear on their own. So I'm not really sure.
Well,
Which
there's
ones
a
are out there?
passage. There's a passage in there that says that he rots stars out of the sky. Stars does.
That's a reference to me.
Oh. So he defeated you at
Yes.
some point?
Isn't that
Okay.
what we're here to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Magda, he was imprisoned at one point by a salve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The rot in question was his daughter poisoning me with an inch of my life so that they could actually capture me. But it may also be slightly in reference to the fact that he's destroyed stars before. More as a trap for other gods and titans during the dissolution.
Do you know if any one of these stars could maybe lead to his vault where he keeps souls?
If they did, they're millions, billions of miles away.
I think
You'd think that as the god of Hesper, the sun, I would know more about outer space and all that, but I really don't.
What does the sun have to do with stars?
Oh, God. I guess we all are pretty stupid.
That might be the most Foostrak question Christmas has ever asked.
Okay, wait, hold on. Is it common knowledge that the sun is a star?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because he's the evening star. So it's like, okay, yeah.
Isn't that
So
the
why-
moon?
Oh,
Why? Yeah, why is he the evening star?
It's the brightest thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're not asking me, you're asking Taiylor. Cool.
No, yeah, I'm asking Taiylor.
the Evening Star is a nickname that Hesper's would have gotten pretty early on. I can't remember what I wrote about it. Why are we laughing? Is this a serious question?
No, I just
Corey
wondered.
just posted something that's really funny.
Oh,
He said,
God,
the
what
sun
are
is
we
my
doing?
favorite planet.
No, the Evening Star name, I believe, has to do with his appearance. When he first sort of came to Atlaran, and introduced, or not first came to Atlaran, but after the Monomarig crashed and he first showed himself to the new people, he appeared in the twilight as like the brightest thing they could see. So he got the name Evening Star.
Gotcha.
Also in reference to the sun.
On a more serious note here, we think we've got the how to get there down. It's just going to take a little bit of time and effort. You'd
You'd be the first.
Yeah, we have something that's going to help considerably in getting there. We think the trick is we have the what. We're working on getting the how, but
I take it you don't want to say it out loud.
no. But also, we would love some insight as to what it's like physically, what steering a guard is like, so that we're not just showing up. Our thing is kind of showing up, not knowing what we're doing. So we kind of want to not do that for this.
We're kind of like a college improv troupe.
Ben, you're muted, by the way.
I'm muted?
No, you're not.
Oh,
Your
okay.
audio cut out for a second.
Oh,
gotcha.
I was speaking very quietly, so it may not just pick up.
Gotcha. Didn't pick up.
But Hesperus nods. He says, "Yeah, the brief conversation I had with Toldonos said as much. Charging in, not knowing what you're doing.
Mm.
But that's fine. Honestly, you're not that much different from people who've done similar things in the past. So, I can't really tell you what the general landscape of Stenegard is like. I didn't really get to see it. The place where I was held, I have reason to believe was inside the Vault of Souls. Just this vast sort of cavern-like place. It honestly reminded me of bits of the Underdark before it flooded. Natural caverns carved out by oceans of water, sharp rocks everywhere, bioluminescence. But the thing about the vault is that inside there is it would be unfair to call it a lake because it's not in the ground. It doesn't sit upon the ground. It is suspended in the air. A giant pool. A sort of oblong collection of water in which all of the souls are held. Or at least all the weaker ones. The stronger souls had to be chained up like me. I was placed on a sort of ledge where if I moved too much, I would end up falling off and hanging myself. So I had to sit still, chained within an inch of my life, and just staring out at this collection of souls. I don't know if there's any safe way to traverse through it. Sov has quite a number of security systems between beasts and traps and something that I feel like was inspired by an astral dreadnought.
Which one of us saw that? Was that me?
That was you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw that. Possibly.
You've seen an astral dreadnought.
Oh, okay. Would I know if it was like a real one or a fake one?
Remind me again how you saw it?
The reality break.
Yeah, reality break.
Yeah. No, that was real.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Just-
never mind. Just kind of ran into one.
Just a separate reality.
Yeah.
Now, Hesperus, quick question.
Mhm.
Before it was taken over and flooded and all that stuff, did you ever spend time in the Underdark, like the real Underdark?
Some.
Okay. When you say that it seemed like the Underdark, do you mean that just like generally speaking it seemed like it, or did you ever get the sense that you saw something familiar down there?
No, I'm just comparing its physical appearance.
Okay.
Caves, underground rivers, that sort of thing.
Cool. We'll just cross off that
So we
little
don't-
tangent that my mind went down there. That probably a good thing.
So we don't know exactly where it's located or how to get there.
Stjernegard is its own realm, far, far beyond the Demware. Beyond the Astral Sea, beyond any of our personal realms within the Baelin. Sov comes from... I don't know how to explain it, practically a universe away. He and the other horsemen and many other gods that have visited us from other places.
Is Jasper here?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were a little bit like on the fence as to whether or not our plan would actually work to get there, but now that I've had a moment to think about it, it almost feels like I've had 2 weeks to think about it, but it's only been a couple hours. Jasper, I think you're onto something.
With what?
With how we get there. Because not only is it, part of the heart or the star or whatever, I can't remember the exact terminology that was used, but if you think about it, excuse me, Serena, whatever the hell her real name is, too powerful to get between here and Stjernegard. Sav can't do it himself, or, as the legends... Well, actually, it literally was as the legend says, because magic is what told me. Anyway, who's the one person that could travel between here and Stjernegard? At Sav's behest.
Is this a trick question?
No, it's rhetorical. It was Reziel. And what do we now have a piece of?
Reziel.
Exactly. So any doubts I initially had about that, let's cross them off. That is definitely going to work. Now, we just need to get powerful enough. I imagine Hesperus's face at this point is probably in some sort of surprise. So I'll just be like, hold on, I'm still talking.
Can I just say right now you're giving off like Knives Out energy with now what part? We have part of Reziel.
It's funny because Christmas was originally supposed to be the Louisiana, and it just became further north than that as we went on.
Yeah.
So that'll work. Noah, you still think you can turn it into a fork?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. For
Cool.
sure.
So, hold
I
on.
can do anything.
Catch me up just a bit.
Basically a god.
I'm God.
I'm a god.
We're gods. It's fine.
Oh, hey there,
Dives
God.
off.
The short version is we went to go bring one of our friends back from the dead. We weren't able to do so because we're pretty sure Reziel's been following us and fucking with us and kept me
There's a
from
few
doing
of those.
that. And then he showed up because Noah noticed him and shot him, and then he got big, and then he got big again, and then he got big one more time. But we
Then he got dead.
then he got dead.
Yeah.
We killed him, and we've got a little
And then I
piece.
take out the bottle and then he got real small.
Yeah, then he got real small. And I've been studying
That's
how to
a
plane shift.
Simplification
So,
of
once
the
I'd
events, but all
once
right.
I'd learn it, you had to be there. Because we lost
And
the
no one will
episode.
ever know how it actually is to be there because all the footage was lost.
So,
We know how to get there.
so why am I here?
The whole we don't want to show up and not know what we're doing thing.
I think that's gonna happen no matter what. But
I think we were mostly just trying to say you've been there.
Yeah.
So we were trying to see, like, how did you get out, by the way?
There's no such thing as too much knowledge.
Yeah.
how did he get out? I actually don't remember. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
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 That bodes well.
Stumped you.
He
Stumped ya.
didn't.
He never got out. We're talking to a fucking ghost.
Oh, shit.
It actually, the form melts away and it's Willow, and she's just like, ah!
Hold on.
The
Hesperus,
form melts away and it's Ozdala.
Yeah, right.
Hesperus, while you think about that, the four of us are just going to have a discussion real quick. That'll probably take about 3 hours, so you're good if you gotta, do that. So
I have it. He was... Okay. Hesperus will tell you that I was actually released strategically.
is so people would lose faith in you.
Yes. I was captured shortly before Sov and the other horsemen raided Hjalmani, and Sov released me shortly after to make it look like I was a coward and didn't come to defend my people, because Hjalmani was my place. It is the seat of my high priestess and has been for basically since it was founded. So that destroyed my family's confidence in me for a while. Most of them believed me. Most of them believed me when I told them what happened, but Laska did not. And she ended up destroying my anchor tree. Thankfully, about 300 years ago, though, my high priestess and several of her comrades managed to get Laska to listen, and the anchor tree is back, though still regrowing.
So you probably would lack some much-deserved recompense.
I don't. I just want it to be done.
Cool. Well, that's...
Lucky for you.
It's like kind of the same thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're...
2-for-1 deal.
Right.
So we're going to give it our best shot. You got anything you can help us out with? Anything.
The best I could really offer is, I don't know if people realize this about me, but I'm not exactly the strongest one of our pantheon. Still sort of recovering from the dissolution all this time later. What I can offer is, well, something you really already have, which is Flameheart support.
What? How would Flameheart?
I love that you've gotten the key.
I know. I was like, shit. No, that came out too.
Yeah.
Nar.
It's contagious.
Yeah. How would Flameheart be helpful in this situation?
Well, other than being a very able fighter and a Ly'kari, of course, he's sort of made himself in my image because we've always gotten along pretty well. But he is the strongest chosen I have.
Okay. Well, it still doesn't help us get to the vault.
I think your friend Mr. Fortunemær is already on the right track, and Mr. Borago.
We can make that happen.
Yeah. Okay.
He's one of your chosen? I feel like I should.
Yes.
I feel like I knew that.
It's never been mentioned.
No? Okay,
No.
cool.
I don't know how he
that.
couldn't be. He's like a piece of him.
Is
No,
it,
because
Not all of the Ly'kari are chosen of different gods.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, he's because he's a chosen, he's a piece of the volcano guy.
No Mira.
Yeah, that guy. So
Oh.
it's not
Yeah.
Hesperus.
Fire
Oh.
Titan.
that's
yeah.
right. The light stave is part of Hesperus.
Both
'Cause
are,
all the-
technically.
Oh, okay.
All
'Cause
the
there
staves
is-
are parts of Titans, not gods.
That's right. Okay. Because I
Um,
remember the light stave did the sunburst
so-
spell.
Mhm.
So the Titans are the grandchildren of the elder gods, like Hesperus, which in return means that the staves are technically pieces of the gods, but just removed by 2 generations. The light stave Nova is associated with Hesperus's high priestess, who is currently Lee.
Mhm.
Wait, are you able to like easily contact Flameheart then, since he's one of your chosen, and like give him messages? Is that the thing where like people pray and then gods show up and are like, "I'm here"?
It functions differently based on each god's preferences and whatnot, but I can reach out to him.
Cool. I'm trying to hold on to as much of my magic as I can because we're kind of up shit creek here without a paddle or a boat,
Or water.
or water. Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
last
it's
night I
honestly-
talked to my ring and a fish kidnapped me, so...
Yeah. Can you give him a message from me? I'm gonna just kind of reach out because I know Sawa always lurks around me. I'm just gonna reach out to where I know she is and just like
Live, laugh, lurk.
grab and hold her hand. Tell him to stop waiting, because he doesn't have to wait for me, and tomorrow's not promised. So tell him to stop waiting. She'll say yes.
No
And
doubt.
immediately Hesperus smiles as he understands what you're saying. Says, "Yeah, he should have asked about 200 years ago."
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Anything else, information-wise, I can offer?
Well, so far we have bring a lantern, and
It is very dark there, yes.
cool.
Yeah, any, like, I don't know, weaknesses that he has, like, hey, get him in his left ear, and then he's really vulnerable there.
Does
I
he
don't
have
know.
any parts on his body that like shine really brightly like a light? Like gold
Yeah.
or red? Like that you can only see if you're like looking at him from behind or above?
Or do you have to just wait until he gets tired and then you, like, just slash at his taint for 5
Oh my
hours?
god.
Can you remove pieces from him to make him less dangerous?
I mean, you can do that to anybody.
That's true, that's true.
Does he have, like,
What's his attack pattern? Like is it like 3 swings and then he takes a second?
yeah.
Does he attack in 4/4 time or 3/4 time?
Does he have it where it's like he's only dangerous up close, or does he like spit acid and shit at you too?
All I can think of is that we're going to walk in there, he's going to do one attack, and we're like, this is a bad pattern. We need to go back and reset.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, but it's blocked off. You can't go back.
Actually,
We gotta die first, and then we gotta go.
serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen him? Like the real him?
Yes.
What's he look like?
It is kind of difficult to describe.
I pull out a paper and a quill and just put it right in front of him. I was gonna use that for a map to have you like draw a map, but that's not gonna
I'm
work.
terrible
So
at drawing.
Do your best.
No, you can be the stenographer, or not the stenographer.
the sketch
Stenographer.
artist.
Sure.
The portraiture.
Imagine, if you will, a centipede. Or perhaps a millipede. The more legs, the better. Imagine a dragon skull
Ooh.
with a third eye in the forehead.
Okay.
That's the weak spot.
Yeah.
And sort of tufts of fur all along his body, and kind of like an eastern dragon mixed with a centipede, but skeletal.
Well, that sounds fucking awful.
And if you have seen an astral dreadnought before, bigger.
So like this, and then I'll cast Minor Illusion to like create what he just described, and it looks exactly like that.
honestly, that's
I like
not
the
that
eye
far
coming
off.
off of
The like bug eye.
It's not that far
of
off.
like a googly eye.
I'm gonna have to make my notes around this ugly fucking thing now.
His entire body is studded with sort of crystal shards, and at any given moment there are just elements that radiate off him.
I keep like modifying the Minor Illusion that I've made to help him describe it. Like while he describes it to create the image.
But mostly he shows himself in a form similar to a drow.
Now, I ain't the most learned man. How big is an astral dreadnought?
You know, I can compare things to an astral dreadnought, but there's not a lot I can compare that to.
I mean, we have been on an arcane airship.
Foostrak, imagine if that wanted to eat you.
There you go. Got it. It's
Is
perfect.
that you? Yeah.
No, that's him and his drow. It says Angie.
Inky.
So the image in my brain for this creature is basically like a Breath of the Wild dragon mixed with a centipede.
No thanks.
Also,
Like-
this is 100% the picture that Noah draws.
Cool.
Perfect.
But Hesper says, a typical astral dreadnought can vary in size, but their head alone, or their jaws alone, can be 100 feet tall.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Like
big.
open or
Closed.
Closed. Oh, good.
Yeah, from nose to chin.
Does he
Great.
like to eat people?
I don't know.
Okay.
I believe he can vary his size to whatever he likes, but that was the size we saw him when we were fighting out between the realms.
You know how that thing happens where like you're scared of something and you don't know what it looks like, and that somehow makes it worse?
Mhm.
That you don't. Yeah, this is somehow the opposite of that.
Yep.
So gang, I think we need to change our plan up here a little bit. We've been talking about.
An asshole, Taylor.
Yep.
We've been thinking about going to Thessa Ridge here, and I think we gotta turn around. I think we gotta go to Eihwaz, cause I'm pretty scared of that, and I'll point over at Noah's drawing, and I'm a little worried that might be biting off more than we can chew, and if we do, I would like to try to leave this place a little bit better than I left it. So I think Serena and her gang are probably gonna do what Jasper said and take part of the anchor tree of Atlaran, make some sort of weapon of it, and go and attack the Eihwaz tree. And unfortunately, with all the good that just happened, we dealing with the Almadim, we just cleared a path for them to get there, and Eihwaz is teetering on the brink as it is. If we can help take back Eihwaz, and we can help take down Serena and protect the tree. What the fuck is her name again? Estella? Is that it?
Ozdala.
Ozdala.
Ozdala. Cool. Yeah. If we can
Osdala.
if we can
Ozdala.
stop that and stop her, Sav is running out of. Well, we cut off his left hand. If we cut off his right hand, so to speak, we might either buy ourselves some time, or if we perish, going after Sav, we leave her here and leave a pretty big mess for everyone else.
I mean, judging by that picture, he's got a shitload of hands.
Are they hands or are they feet?
They're centipede legs.
So they're legs.
I was going to say, which one's worse?
He does have hands. Like he has
It's kind
the
of
Eastern
like-
dragon claws.
Also,
He's got
Kind of like asking.
700 human hands that he uses for feet.
Foostrak, also, it's a metaphor.
Perfect.
I'm talking
Added one.
figuratively. His left hand is Rezio, his right hand is...
It's kind of like asking, do dogs have feet, like all 4 feet, or is one of them hands and one of them feet, or...
This conversation seems like it's not very useful.
All dogs have hands.
Genuinely, Hesperus,
Yep.
I don't know how we've got
Hand dog.
anything done up to this point.
I really don't
it's a
either.
wonder.
I've done a little looking into you guys, and I am surprised. But
Hey,
then again,
You know what? You can't argue
I was
with,
also
though.
surprised by the Obsidian Collective.
Yeah, it works
I
most of the time. Most of the
was
time,
doing
it works all the
some-
time.
was doing some thinking.
Uh-oh.
That must have been tough.
Yeah, I got a headache now. I do think that going to Eihwaz is probably the right call. But at the same time, if Alistair and Droval are needing backup, if we go, we're probably going to get followed. That's probably what Ozdala's counting on, is for us to go find Droval, and she'll just follow us there and try and take him out. What if we had someone else that they don't know about that we might be able to send out to try and help?
Everyone be quiet for 10 minutes.
Say it again.
I will spend 10 minutes to cast telepathic bond ritually. All right, what did you have in mind? But telepathically.
When one of the last times I talked to LN, I asked her for a little bit more information about the Lady's Favor, because I'm not the only one with it. And if LN trusts somebody else to have this blessing, I would trust them to potentially be able to help us out in a pinch.
Is that where it goes when you're not using it? Do you guys take turns?
No, the lady, I call it the Lady's Favor, but the Lady's Favor is just a blessing on the hammer.
It was a joke. Okay.
I can't always tell. I'm not the sharpest crayon.
Crane?
I'm not the sharpest crayon in the spoon drawer.
Sharpest crane.
Yeah, not crayon. Crayon.
It's just a crane with a rounded off the
Yeah.
like a duck.
Cut off
Admittedly,
the end.
in my normal accent, I also call it a crayon.
That's okay. It just sounds
So-
weirder with a southern accent.
It
Yeah,
does.
Yeah.
a crayon.
Crayon.
Um,
Would you lock
I
a
used to say
crayon?
crayon.
There's another out there with the Lady's Favor on a hammer, or not a hammer. I have the hammer. God damn it, on a shield. It might be possible that we could reach out to him for help.
Sorry, I just saw the zoomed in picture.
Oh, you didn't see
Yeah.
that?
New profile picture just dropped.
Send that to Hannah. That's her style right there.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
Anky.
Pool noodle of dynamite. Not half a pool noodle. Full.
Yep.
Here, I am gonna send it to Hannah.
Foostrak, I think that's a really good idea.
I can't talk to LN for a couple more days, though. So I don't know how else to get the message to him. I ain't never met him. I ain't seen him.
Do you know his name?
Yeah.
Cool,
It's
I'll send it.
Rise in a Baumgarten.
It's
Rise.
Let me
Baumgarten.
let me say that in a Midwestern accent. His name is Ryzen of Baumgarten.
Yes. I take out one of my vote.
Ryzen of Baumgarten. Yeah.
Good name, Baumgarten.
Turned every single fucking name in this campaign into something horribly dirty.
So, sorry, Foostrak is currently chewing cud, apparently, while he's trying to talk. Fries in a Baumgarten.
Anal bum cover.
God. Like I feel like once you see it spelled out, you're like, oh, that's what it is, because everybody's heard the last name Baumgartner, but like, oh god,
Bumgardner.
Bumgardner.
Yeah.
I made that name, I was like, God, this is a cool name, and then I thought, how are they gonna fuck it up?
You know, Taiylor, if I'm honest, Koop and I deal with the exact... Koop came up with a name for something, and I was like, we can't do it, because the party's going to fucking make fun of it the entire time.
So, that's what D&D is about, making fun of your DMs.
Like Memnarch.
I still remember Memnarch.
God.
We just
Literally
sat there for like an hour razzing you about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I still haven't fucking lived that one down. That's a Magic the Gathering card. I just took the name from it. Yes. I have a deck built around him. He's amazing.
Oh.
Bunch of fucks.
God.
You expect?
I will take out a Vodro scroll and I will write his name on there after Foostrak spells it to me and be like, okay, so what are we saying to this guy? Please help us. There's a dragon in trouble.
Ryzen knows about me, apparently. So, I mean, if you say, if you include me in that and just let him know, hey, Droval is in trouble, but our attentions are divided, would you be able to assist by finding him in Thessa Ridge?
Okay. First, I'm going to send one to Droval and be like, okay, so probably not coming to get you, but we'll send somebody else who's super, like trustworthy, I guess. We've got other things to do. Sorry, sucks to be you.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, and we're going to Eihwaz to the tree.
Okay.
Cool.
You motherfuckers.
Except in a dragon voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything come back?
Nope.
Cool. So he's dead. Oh no, it's sent. He's fine.
Yeah.
They?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll send one to Fries in a Baumgarten. And
the weird thing is if you cut off the F, it sounds exactly the same.
yeah. If I just say it fast enough, Fries in a Baumgarten, it sounds right.
Yeah, it does.
And I'll be like, oh, so hey there, guy, girl, gal, person. That's just all across the top.
Guy/gal/non-binary pal.
Be like, so I've got Foostrak. Foostrak.
We've got Frou Wildborn here. God, you guys are horrible with names today.
Frou fighter. That's who we've got.
Yeah.
Frou
Got
Wilbur.
Foostrak. Are you going by Wildborn now, or is it Broadhorn, or is it
It's
like
Wildborn.
Okay.
I mean, it's been. I'm gonna be honest. It's been Wildborn for like 40 episodes.
Yeah.
It has.
I
It's
can't
like
remember.
most the campaign.
I couldn't remember which one it was. That's mostly on me. Also, maybe Noah just doesn't pay attention.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
that's
That's
right.
what it is right there.
I'm gonna be like, this is Foostrak Wildborn. We're doing some stuff that is important.
Apostrophe
since
on
you
the
are-
doing.
Yeah, and since you're also, a tea party friend of Elen, since you're also a member of the tea party.
Oh no!
Oh
Not
no!
that one.
Member of
we
the
need-
E party.
Yeah. We need a favor. If you just go pick up this dude named Droval, he's in Thessa Ridge. He dragon or something. You'll know when you meet him. He knows you're coming. Have a good time.
I want
Love
to see.
Foostrak Wildborn.
I want to see Ryzen's face as they try and fucking read this letter that sounds like a fever dream. Go to Thessa Ridge and find a guy who's a dragon.
Taiylor, just so I'm remembering
Please.
correctly, we initially received a message from Droval, correct?
It was a secret
No.
message.
It was Al.
No. You got it from Desiree Zephyr.
And it said, Friends of the Reaper,
Yes.
come help Droval in Thessa Ridge, basically, right?
Yep.
It said, Droval needs help. Friends of the Reaper, please come. Thessa Ridge, Frosthold.
Noah, you
Easy.
already sent the one to Droval, didn't you?
You already said what? What did you say?
You already sent the one to Droval, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did we make an oopsie? Did I send my buddy I don't know to his death?
What do we know about Desiree?
I don't know. Aren't they
mean,
the
she-
little Vixu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's all teeny tiny.
Who
They.
was... And
They.
they
Damn it.
played a very important...
Droval and Desiree are theys, god damn it.
And Desiree
It's been
played
so long.
Hold on. Desiree played a very important part in the death of a certain Arcanist, or so we suppose.
Allegedly.
I'm sure they're fine.
I mean, Alistair's still alive.
We know Alistair's still alive. We know Alistair's trying to help Droval, but we don't know in what capacity. I think that before you send that to our friend Fries in a Bum Garden, you should put at the end of that he may be walking into a trap.
Okay. P.S. Might be trapped. Take care.
Sincerely.
This dude's just gonna send it back and be like, so fuck you first.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
P.P.S.
Before-
Ellen wills it.
Before you send it, can I see that one second?
Don't
I just wanna-
BPS that.
I just want to add one thing.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I'll take it, and in just the bottom right corner, I'm gonna draw a copy of Foostrak's Phoenix tattoo. Just so
Okay.
he knows.
Oh, this is legit.
All right.
Foostrak's just standing there, like, pulling the hair back so that you can see it.
Okay.
This dude's gonna be why I die now.
Maybe.
It's like you sent me to a
Here we
fucking
go.
trap, and
I
I'll be
got
like,
it.
I didn't write it.
That's the Phoenix tattoo. That's
Perfect.
what it looks like.
Ben, I have always loved your artwork in every medium.
Is it bad that
me
part of me
drawing
wants
this
that
in, like,
Phoenix
10
for a
seconds.
tattoo?
Oh my god.
That
I'm
one
s-
specifically, just a screaming
Yes.
bird
Yeah, now part of me wants that on there, on my
who's
body.
slightly
forever.
wall-eyed.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you're adding to this thing before you send it off to poor Ryzen?
Horizon Zero Dawn. Have a good time.
I literally thought that when I made his
Uh-huh.
name. Anything else? Yes? No?
I'm licking the stamp now.
So weird.
Noah, you put in the note to Droval what we were planning on doing next, weren't you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, I send it off to Verizon Wireless.
Of Baumgarten.
Of Baumgarten, yeah.
Baumgarten makes the best fries.
Shut the fuck up.
What would that? Never mind. I'm not posing that question.
We're level 15. It's time to get some chaos in here. We're being too careful.
Yeah, because we haven't had enough already. You know,
Yeah.
Mr. Black Powder Alchemist.
I need more
I
to
know.
survive.
The Black Powder Alchemist.
So you guys send that off.
Is it? We've been awake for a very long time. Is it almost nighttime?
No, you guys.
Or is
It's
it
morning.
like
Yeah.
just morning?
We just ate breakfast.
We
oh
had a
god,
rest.
that's right. I can't
Yeah,
keep
it's
those
like
straight.
Reinl 9, I think.
Okay, never mind. We did this.
Just to be clear, everyone took a long rest. Everyone's level 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash,
Ash is
I know
level
how
15.
you are with level ups.
I can confirm.
Okay.
Astrid is level 15.
Yeah.
I know how you are.
I still love that Ash did not answer at all.
Okay. Okay, so you
I
send that
plead
off.
the fifth on everything. Always.
Hesperus stands up from the table and he says, is there anything else you need before I go?
Yeah, you wouldn't be capable of going and helping Droval Easterland out on Thessa Ridge, would you?
I mean, flame.
My God.
Okay, we might have just sent my blessing brother off to his death. Do we want to send a god too?
He's an illusion. He won't be able to do anything.
Right.
He says, could send Flameheart that way, but he's in
That
Eihwaz.
they wouldn't expect. Oh, he's in Eihwaz right now?
I believe.
Well, you don't need to send him a
Most-
message. I'm going to go there anyway.
Yeah.
I believe all of the Ly'kari are currently in Eihwaz or Rolliger and Vern.
That might be a good idea. When we stop in Eihwaz, we can be like, "Hey, here's the deal."
Hold on.
Maybe we could figure out what they want to do as far as their part.
All of the Ly'kari are currently in Eihwaz and Rolliger and Vern. And they're still losing?
I don't think we heard how it's going, but
Yeah, we did.
We
It's
can,
going poorly.
We're the
It's going very
grain of
poorly.
sand that tips the scale.
I mean, it
Yeah,
could
us.
also be quantity over quality.
that's true. If there's like
We ain't
100,
we ain't gonna help.
if there's like 100 rebels and then like 50 other people, Kind of sucks
Those are
still.
small numbers in terms of warfare there, but yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, 100 people between the Hesperian Empire, the rebels, the cult.
Well, I'm just making small numbers.
I'm doing ratios.
Yeah.
Granted, it took me until like 9th grade to understand how ratios work because I'm dumb, but you know.
You're not dumb.
I'm dumb in some.
That just sucks.
So we're
all
going to
dumb in
right?
some ways.
Yes. Last I understood, you guys were planning to turn toward Eihwaz.
Oh,
because...
that was more towards the group. Like,
Wait.
we should just go.
Hold on.
And then if it turns out to be bad, we'll go somewhere else.
I have an idea. I have a really good idea. Do we have another one of those scrolls?
No.
We're in a fucking mage tower here, folks. Start looking
We
through
were told
drawers.
not to touch anything unless it's in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
House.
Walter,
Bring me a Vodro scroll.
help me out here.
I don't think he can bring you things.
What exactly?
You have to go
exactly do you need?
A Vodro scroll to send
I
to
don't
Draval.
have one currently.
Okay.
Why can't Walter can send a message?
How much do they cost?
Oh my god.
I actually don't know.
Cool.
Walter is so rich that he's now become completely like dissociated.
How much
from
could a
normal
single
people.
banana cost? $10?
Am I familiar enough with Draval that I could use sending?
Maybe you can roll for it.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay, roll for it.
I'm gonna attempt to use sending.
I'm dead, bitch. That's what a gold dragon sounds like.
I thought he was blue.
Nope, neither of you are right.
Oh.
Oh, he's silver.
They
No, white. They. Fuck.
They are silver.
Oh my god,
good
they're
lord,
white.
have some respect for a multi-millennial dragon, all right, who gave up their arm for the Reaper.
Oh my
When you
god,
said
they're made of multiple millennials? Ew.
But when you
Like
said
some sort of
multi-millennial, I did not
Weird
think age.
Cronenberg millennial monster.
We do is sit on TikTok all day and bitch.
So campaign 3 will
I
begin
want
next week
avocado toast.
because these guys are all dead. You all take 1,000 damage. You're dead.
Walter gets
Rock
tired of
ball,
us and just
everyone
closes the mansion with us all in it, and we die.
No, you'd just be kicked out.
So
Oh.
I'm going
What?
to attempt to use sending
Okay.
to message to Draval.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
How do? I don't think I have those dice. Hold
Dun,
on. Yes, I
dun,
do.
dun, 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 dun.
It's a 75.
75. Okay.
Saucy.
Yeah.
What's your message?
We know our mail is being tracked. This is the truth. We're coming for you. And leaving the fate of Eihwaz up to the Ly'kari.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let me check my notes real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
I have to check whether or not Droval's alive.
But the Vodro scroll sent.
I didn't say it did. I asked him what he was trying to say in the sending.
The Vodro scroll sent.
The
is what
scroll.
Harris said. We
I
know
sent
that
the scroll.
We know that the scroll sent.
I know. I still need to double check if he's alive. They. It's because you guys. Shut the fuck up, Harris.
Oh my god.
Wow! That really tickled you, didn't it?
Oh my god.
That was like a cartoon laugh.
Yeah, that was a very...
Yeah, that's a villain laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that sending will go through. Alright.
Okay. Is there a response?
So hold on. Let me get these messages straight. Vodro scroll.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It said basically everything. It was like, by the way,
I was like,
we're gonna
going
go
to
protect the
Eihwaz.
tree in Eihwaz, and this dipshit's gonna come find you, and blah blah
Yeah, and I
blah.
was like, you're
We
shit out of
can
luck 'cause
never
we're not
take
gonna
a
come see
break.
you.
Ever again.
Okay. And then the sending
Zachary.
says the opposite of that?
Yes, it does.
I'm confused as to the effect you're trying to achieve.
I
here.
have no idea what's going
I did specifically say at the beginning of that we know that our mail is being watched.
Okay.
So I don't know what my plan is yet. I'm waiting to see if I hear back from Draval first.
Okay. Still deeply confused. That's okay. Yes, you will get a response. A fairly deep voice comes back through and says, I think Eihwaz would be better served with your presence. I'm not the important thing in the grand scheme of things.
Debatable.
Proficient dragon.
You didn't hear what he said. Shut up.
That's what I didn't say in Foostrak's voice.
Cool. All right. So he's alive. They are alive.
Great.
They are alive.
Great.
They, the silver dragon, are alive.
Oh my god.
Taiylor just dies a little bit more inside every time that we misgender Draval.
Well, and then Taiylor misgenders him as well. So.
Yeah, it's because you guys keep fucking saying it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happens with Fearin to the point where I was like, you know what, they're gender fluid. Fuck it.
So Draval says Eihwaz is more important.
Debatable.
I agree.
Like how you came back. Anyway.
I personally agree. I think we need to go to Eihwaz, meet up with the Ly'kari, and kind of regroup from there and see what we want to do.
Cool.
Because if the Eihwaz tree is vulnerable at this point, I mean, it's always been important.
Yeah.
We know this. So
We also know
I
that
think
Sav
that's-
has been working towards the Eihwaz tree
Exactly.
for a long time.
Exactly. So I think it is important for us to get over to Eihwaz.
Yeah, I agree.
We could.
Okay.
This is just a thought. We could just flip a coin.
No. Everyone just agreed that we should go to Eihwaz.
All right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll go to Eihwaz. I do think, though, that the your enemy can't predict what you're going to do if you don't know what you're doing yourself method is something we should consider for future endeavors if there are any.
Has that really worked for us in the
No, we haven't
past?
tried it before. I'm just saying, like, if we don't know what to do when we're presented with multiple
I would
options,
argue
we
that
just-
we've been doing that this whole time, but
We-
alright.
I mean, yeah, it does kind of feel like we've just been rolling dice everywhere we go, but, you know, that's...
Honestly, my background would probably be better served in Eihwaz right now anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Like your backstory? Or like your fighting background?
I mean, admittedly, it's,
Noah just says that.
admittedly, it's been a while since I led a battalion, but
What
it's
about
been,
being Italian?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Is this another
Admittedly-
Frost thing?
Admittedly, it's
Can we turn
been
the
a-
stream off and turn it back on again?
I'm gonna turn my stream off. Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm so sorry.
Admittedly, it's been a while since I led a battalion, but
Battalion, okay.
I might have some insights that could help them.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I can see the whole city, I can assist considerably.
Cool.
It is the east side of the city that's still being held, and that's where the tower is. So, Walter, I don't know if you get another one. Well, it's morning. You should have one in you, but if you can get us there, I can do some of the heavy lifting after that.
He's got plenty of them. He's got fries in his bum garden.
Oh my God.
And he can do all the heavy lifting. All right. Yeah, Eihwaz.
Taiylor hates every fucking one of us right now.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying. All right, Eihwaz. Eihwaz.
Hey, was.
AY.
Yeah.
Eihwaz.
Benjamin.
I'm so sorry.
God.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We're in rare form today. Oh,
Mother.
God.
This is some serious pack tactics right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's not nearly as bad as that.
Oh no, it's getting there.
This is what happens when I defect from the DM and join in the chaos with you fuckers.
Oh, love it.
Just wait for campaign 3.
Oh
Uh-huh.
my god. Campaign 3 is gonna be nothing but chaos.
Oh, I told Koop who my like voice goal is for Preston, and it's just Reese Darby.
Oh God.
Who the fuck is that?
Our flag means death.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
he's from
he's been on.
yeah, he's Kiwi,
He's from
and he
Flight of the
has a very
Concocts, which we know that
nasally,
you don't watch.
grating voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, instead, can it be Delarice?
Delarice.
Delarice Darby.
In the arms of the angel.
What? Sarah McLachlan, calm down.
Well, I was just saying because Touched by an Angel,
Yeah, I know.
and then I didn't know the theme song to Touched by an Angel.
I see the life draining from Taiylor right now.
Show me on the mannequin where the angel touched you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Walter.
To Eihwaz!
To Eihwaz.
Hey, cool.
Choose a dad!
Stop. So yes, you guys begin gathering up your stuff. Before he leaves, Hesperus will he's gonna approach Noah in particular. He comes up to you and he says,
Bold choice.
shut the fuck up. He comes up to you, he says, so you have Marin Veneer's whalebone ring. Oh, well, I suppose it was kids.
Her what? Oh, her ring. Yeah, uh-huh.
You are going to put that back where it belongs, right? Or at least give it to Flameheart?
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. Or the transaction.
Alright. Just making sure. It's going to be out of commission for a while, as I understand it. And it needs to be in a safe place, which,
Okay.
granted, that was supposed to be a safe place, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of useless, so I have no reason to keep it.
Well, just
Well.
take good care of it. Guys.
Yeah, I will take super good care of it. It will be on my finger
Alright, just checking.
until it's in the ground.
Best of luck
Thanks.
to you all, and well, you already really have friends in about the highest places that I can think of, so other than outside the Demiware, so good luck. And he walks away.
Bye.
Alright. So you all gather up shit. Walter takes down the mansion. I need to shut down this chat. Good lord. And you are back in Murdoch's tower. Is there anything you guys want to do before you head to Eihwaz?
I want to write a note that says we're going to Eihwaz.
Cool.
Just drop it in the middle of the floor.
Yep.
Should we tell Tom?
No.
Also, should we put in that note, sorry about the roof of your tower?
Definitely not. We don't know who did that.
No.
There was a big explosion up there. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to know.
Oh, you meant that. I thought you meant what happened to Jasper. I mean, what didn't happen to Jasper. Technically,
No.
That's the ceiling, not the roof.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what happened up there. It was real dark.
It was real dark. Anyway, Walter.
In the arms of Hadar.
Walter starts preparing, and he says, There's a circle in Eihwaz, but it's at Helena's tower. I assume we don't want to go there.
Why not?
What?
Yeah, not until we know that Desiree's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Tom reported that in Eihwaz, it was the east side of the city that was still under control, and that is where the tower is.
I'm just checking.
It might be helpful to find out where the Ly'kari are stationed.
It's not too late for us to go get Hesperus back and have him send a message for free. Is it? Yeah, probably. Okay. I'll use sending. I'll send a message to Flameheart. Be like, so turns out we are on our way to Eihwaz. We just want to make sure that the tower is safe. If not, where are you? Please and thank you. I think that's
you get an
25%.
answer back pretty much right away. It says, we're actually currently at Sing Tower. The western side of town is kind of a war zone, but the east side is mostly safe.
Walter, good sir. The tower indeed.
All right.
know why
And
I
he
said it like
begins drawing out his stuff for the teleportation circle. Those of you who are not in Roll20, if you need to look at the town, jump in Roll20. Singing Tower is on the east side of the city, outside the walls, beyond the little village of Pike Rest. It is close to the shore of Lake Sing. Last you guys knew, as of course Flameheart has just said, the west side of town is under rebel control, as well as Hesperian and Cult. And then Alt Sever Keep, which is the sort of governmental center, has been fought over for quite a while.
That's where we last saw Helena, wasn't it?
Yes.
At the keep. She was going around trying to keep it together. Or put out fires, one of the two.
That worked well.
I think we set it on fire. Yeah.
Magda got her ass kicked by a kid in the market nearby.
Oh my god.
He's still there.
Outside of the Adrin.
He's a general now.
Magda comes in, he just judo flips her, and just like, what now, bitch? But yeah.
And I'll be like,
Walter,
I'm working on my anger issues, so I can't fight back.
Walter finishes his circle, and as you all step in, you feel the familiar sensation of being shunted forward in space, and all of the every time, and all the lungs being pulled, all the air being pulled out of your lungs. you all get blood eagled. Happy Christmas.
my
Campaign
God.
3 coming
Christmas
next
is
week.
not happy. with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, bloody. But yeah. You all land on a stone floor at the, I believe her circle was at the top of the tower.
No, it's your tower.
I don't fucking remember. It's been forever. But yes, you all land in a fairly windy spot up on the top of the tower. This tower is 10
Fucking
stories.
windy.
It's this tower is one of the larger ones. This is 10 stories tall. And as you land, you can see that this area has probably been used a lot lately. You can see like magical like char marks all over the circle that's been carved into the floor. Lots of supplies up here that have been left for teleportation use, other magic circle based uses. And as you guys step through and appear and sort of look around, it's Rhiannell, so it's fall in the southern hemisphere, so it's a little chilly. But you see stepping up through the sort of round staircase that goes around the inside of the outer wall of the tower, you see Flameheart stepping out on the top platform, dressed in sort of his sort of more not casual but more rugged, like blue coat, dark shirt, dark trousers, armed to the teeth, and as he steps out, he says, "Well, I mean, obviously I knew you all were coming, but I didn't think it was actually going to be immediately.
We made a decision
we
for
don't
once.
we don't like to keep people waiting.
Okay.
I also just received a little visit from a mutual friend of ours, and he looks at Christmas.
That fast? I thought we were quick.
He stopped by for tea.
Okay.
But welcome to the center of the war zone."
Yay.
And as he says that, you guys can see in the distance in the west, half the city is just billowing smoke. And occasionally there is the distant pop of gunfire and the occasional rumble of explosions. And he says, "As you can see, it's beautiful here."
How much, just, quick question in case you need some help. How much dynamite do you have?
I would say we're running a bit low.
Like, how many sticks is that?
How many pool noodles are we talking
Yeah.
about?
I'm not the explosives expert. You're going to want to talk to Squall.
How
Okay.
Noel, double the size of your supply. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to I'm just gonna go turn to the edge of the rampart there and look out. How far across is this city in terms of miles? Or mile?
God, that's a good question.
If it
Half a mile.
helps, New York City is 4 miles wide.
Eihwaz is probably, the walls themselves, probably a mile across.
Okay. Good to know.
I see your brain working.
I wanted to know how limited it was going to be.
Okay. Well, so is are all of the Ly'kari here, or are they like off doing shit?
Are you asking me or Flameheart?
Are all of the Ly'kari here, or are they off doing shit?
That's not Magda's accent. Magda sounds Kiwi.
Nix and Burke are out on the islands with Kit and Kenna, but the rest of us are here.
Yeah, so we've heard about the ultimatum essentially being cleared out.
From Rolliger, yes.
Yes. We're worried then that the Eihwaz tree might be vulnerable and that Serena Octen might try and make a go at it.
And
So,
also, her real name is Ozdala.
yeah.
I feel like Flameheart's been told this before.
Yeah, that's why
I can't remember.
Yeah.
He was your buddy in the Feywild. I think Christmas told him literally everything.
He knows literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, the only thing he doesn't know is basically what's happened since you guys left the Feywild, so...
okay.
He says,
by the way, we killed Reziel, so...
We give him the short version.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I hold up the bottle. Shake it.
You just flippantly killed a demigod?
Yeah.
Well, he
Not a
was
demigod,
like
minor god.
Honestly, that's
he
kind
was
of
in our
what it was
business,
like, yeah.
so we kind of
admittedly, it wasn't very flippant. He was kind of a dick.
yeah.
He had it coming.
He had it coming.
Wow.
We also think that this is our key to get to Stirnagard. But we want to take care of Eihwaz and the Eihwaz tree first.
Well, that's a lot. So just to give you all a quick update, what's happening here, we lost the keep, which in itself is just a building, but it's also a very easy place to dig in. So it'll make it a lot more difficult to push everyone outside the walls. And even if we did, they have siege equipment that makes it very difficult to keep them out.
Interesting.
Not for long.
Yeah. Question. Would you like them to not have a keep? You guys have a keep and have all of their siege equipment be locked inside stone structures for the next 10 days so that you guys can take it all back?
That would be nice, but I assume somehow that's going to happen. But the problem is actually getting them out of the city. We are dealing with a 10-to-1 situation here.
Gotcha. So if all of the structures around all of them suddenly disappeared and they were all out in the open and you guys had your own keep and all the siege structures again we're just gone. I don't know if I can hit the whole city, but I can probably get most of it. That would probably help, right?
I don't know. I'm not a war expert. You're gonna want to talk to... That sounds like a good idea, but you're gonna want to talk to the people in charge.
Cool. Where are the people in charge?
Down below. We're sort of using the tower as our base of operations. Joachim Hendrik is here at the moment.
Cool.
I am glad that you're here, though, because there are a couple little things that, well, not little, but small team type things that you might be able to help out with. Also, I think it very much worth mentioning that oh god, what's his name? Sorry, I forgot one of the Ly'kari. Sonering. Sonering has been very badly wounded. And Kaladir a bit. Not enough to put her out of commission.
Oh, you and I need to make a trade. Sala?
Oh. Yeah, Sala steps up next to you. She knows that it's his ring, right?
She does, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she will take off her, what was used as her wedding band.
Yep. I'll take that. And, here, if we can just... You put that one, and then I'll do a trade
Yeah,
off.
and he'll reach into his vest. You can see he kept it in, like, the pocket over his heart, and he pulls out your band and hands it back to you.
Wonderful. I did kind of want you to be here for this part, but I guess this kind of counts. And I'll just put the other ring on Sala's finger and be like, that is much better. No offense. beautiful ring. There's a little more her.
It's okay. This one's more Keladur's style.
Yeah.
But regardless of all the nonsense going on around us, congratulations.
Thank you, and we're going to go talk to the person whose name you just gave me, because
Joachim Hendrik.
Yes, that one. And there is nothing in the world that's more important right now than Keladur for you, so you go take care of that. Now.
Okay. And he leads you guys back down the stairs. He will stop off at what you guys would remember is the floor with, like, the guest rooms. Hold on, I'll put Joachim's name in here for you.
Yo, Akeem.
Hey, girl.
Okay. Yes. For those of you who don't remember, Joachim Hendrik is the general of the GWC. The actual GWC, not the rebels. And he got kicked out of Isa, so now he's here. Flameheart will leave you guys, but direct you down to the first floor, where it is controlled chaos, as there are basically assistants running all over the place with papers, officers doling out orders, getting orders to take out to their men. There are probably on the bottom floor of this tower like 30, 40 people running around. And all of the furniture has kind of been shoved against the walls except for a central table which has a map of the city laid out on it. And standing around this table, you will recognize who the general is immediately because he has the marks of his station. Everyone here has the GWC colors, so the light blue and black. And Joachim Hendrik is a taller, older man, pretty thin, almost completely silver hair that was probably once brown. Very trim beard. And you can see he has recently sustained some pretty bad wounds where he has his right arm in a sling underneath his jacket. And he is currently leaning on a cane. He has what you guys would recognize as like the telltale burn of magic instead of fire, like a scar across the side of his face. And he is currently going over like unit positions in the city, speaking to officers who have updates for him, moving little like pieces around on this map to strategize. And you can see that the western, now 2/3 of the city is just covered in different colored markers that show the Hesperian Empire, the rebels, and there are a few for the cult itself, though they seem dubious, like they're not really sure where they are. Altsever Keep has its own marker, and several important buildings have their own markers. And currently, Altsever Keep is surrounded by markers of the Hesperian Empire. And as General Hendrik is speaking to his men and you guys come down, several of the officers look up at you guys, but you can see standing at the table is Sonering, who does not look good. He is covered in bruises and barely like healed shut gashes and wounds. It looks like he got mauled by a bear, basically, but potentially something with sharper teeth. If his head has been completely shaved because of a number of wounds that they had to get at, and are still healing. And at the moment, you can see he's got like a hand in a cast, and probably some broken ribs by the way he's sort of like leaning to one side and guarding them. But as these officers look up at you guys and don't recognize you, Sonring is the one who speaks up. And he says, well, if it isn't the Nobodies.
Starting to like that name less and less every time we hear it.
Yeah, he kind of chuckles, but holds his side, and he's like, I'm afraid your reputation precedes you now.
Cool. We're here to
Excellent.
get you guys your city back. And this, honestly, this is exactly what I need, so perfect.
The general looks up as his officers are all kind of like speaking amongst themselves, and General looks at you in particular, Christmas, because you're the one who spoke, and he says, I take it you are Mr. Fortunemær, yes?
Sometimes, yeah. You have a is there a way I can like mark this map here?
Do you have information that we don't?
Yes.
By all means. And he looks to one of his assistants who like brings forth a bunch of like pieces that you can put on the board in a quill.
Cool. I'll take the quill and I'm just gonna draw a huge circle on the map in a mile around Sing Tower. Which I imagine probably gets like 2/3 maybe of the city itself, like looking at the map. Maybe even, honestly, it almost might even be the first half.
I'd say the first half.
Cool.
Like up to that like central market.
Okay. So I wouldn't be able to get unless I got to the wall on the inside.
I like that.
Cool. So I would want to get just a little bit closer if possible so I can get to Ulsever Keep. Cool. So this is the range that I have now. As long as I can see everything. So maybe, I don't know, get me up on the wall closer and then I can hit the whole dang city. But in fact, that's probably the idea. I'll just draw another circle. It's just around the walls.
Destroying this map.
Yeah. You tell me where they are. You tell me what sort of structure you want them to be in, or none at all, probably, preferably. You tell me what sort of structures you want your troops to be in, and where they are. Give me 10 minutes and I'll make it happen. And you'll have it for 10 days.
I'm not sure I understand.
You don't need to understand. You just need to answer my questions.
So you want me to describe defensive fortifications?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The most desirable one for you and the least desirable for the enemy.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna take away any advantages that they have in the city and give them to you.
One of the most desirable things would be if the city was in a basin. Then we would have the higher ground to fire down into it.
I can make that happen.
Turn the whole city into a kill box.
I said that as a ridiculous suggestion. You're telling me you can do that?
Yeah. 10 minutes.
And how long?
10 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You guys want to be on a mountain? It wouldn't be a very big one. I have a mile, and I got to be able to see it. So, high ground is big. Oh, Noah, damn it. If we had your ship here. Next time.
And when this
Your ship. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Go ahead.
Where's the ship headed again?
The ship was headed to Chorisaz.
Yeah, okay.
And when this 10 days is up, the city is back to the way it was.
Mm-hmm. Unless I'm here, and then I can just do it again. 10 days is an awful lot, though. You can probably keep track of the exact moment in time that everything changes, because then you can kind of plan for when it's going to come back, and they won't know about it, but you will. So, that's...
Mr. Fortunemær, I need you to slow it down. This is a lot.
Cool.
Okay.
I take out a piece of paper, I write down the description of Mirage Arcane, and hand it to him. What do you want?
What is that?
It's my new spell.
Give me a moment to confer with my strategist.
You said, is that a spell?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mirage Arcane?
We talked
We
about it last
literally
time.
talked about this last time.
Yeah.
But then again, last time was before you were sick, and also before several.
Right.
Yeah, you probably have sick brain now.
General and Christmas, before anything is done, if we change the layout of the city in any way, we should try and draw a map of it beforehand, so that then the troops are able to know what the new look of the city is going to be like.
Oh, the new city. I see.
Yeah. For the next 10 days, if they don't know what it looks like, we're putting them at just as big of a disadvantage.
Honestly, General, if you draw it for me, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to actually make it happen. Otherwise, I got to rely on everything that's up here, and it ain't always, reliable. So
I think we can do that. Give me a little bit to confer with my strategists and see what would suit us best.
Oh, and while you're at it, Noah was wondering about dynamite. So if you have that,
what?
He's pretty good with that shit. Dynamite.
Oh, dynamite.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
you're
dynamite.
Lighter than everybody else.
I can fix it.
But yeah, General Hendrik looks toward Noah and says, "Oh yes, your parents are out on the islands, aren't they?"
Oh, probably.
They've stopped in a few times to help us with supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this new city we're just conjuring out of thin air won't damage the actual city, I imagine we could set something up for you. What are you looking to do?
Well, do you know where the Friends of the Eternal is quartered?
I believe their base is over in Eikfield.
Oh, okay. Well, if we can somehow draw them into the city or draw people into one place, it would be very easy to hit them with, probably something ridiculously large.
We also have concerns that the... is this better, by the way? Am I louder now?
Yeah.
For you guys? Okay, good. We also believe that the... I don't know if we should call them children anymore. Or friends of the Eternal. Sorry, I don't know if we should call them that anymore. The cult of the Eternal. We believe that they want to take the city so that they can get to the Eihwaz tree eventually and damage it in some way. And so we are here to help prevent that.
Well, the best way to draw in the cult is to use Keladir, really.
Do you think their leader would be able to draw them in? Or is she here?
Serena Octen?
Mm-hmm.
Not her real name.
I've gathered. I don't know if she's here. We haven't seen her. We only know that the cult has been supporting the Hesperians and the rebels.
Follow-up question. Any snipers on the enemy side giving you an awfully hard time?
Several.
Anyone stick out? We believe the enemy may have Overwatch.
Jesus. Yes, we have had an issue with one in particular that tends to pop up around the keep itself, whenever we're starting to gain a foothold, officers start getting picked out of the crowds.
Do you know who it is?
I have no idea. Only that every time we find where they were, they're gone.
That might be Serena.
Yeah, that tracks.
We do know of, in each of the wards of the city, there is a sort of central supply camp that the enemy uses to move people through, keep supplies at the vanguard, that sort of thing. So, and he points out on the map where there are a few different markers that look like little supply tents. He says, each of these is at some sort of either inn with a lot of room or a hospital or something with a lot of space for infirmaries and that sort of thing. In Helvigen, the Candle is Hadavir Fjord Hall, and they're starting to take over Vidara.
General, how much are we looking to take prisoners on this?
Well, it is the policy of the Glacier Watch to offer quarter to those who request it, but in a situation like this, where we are dealing with things like suicide bombers, it might not be so wise.
Yeah. Chris, quick question.
Yep.
So you mentioned earlier putting the siege weapons in basically boxes so that then they're ineffective. What happens if you make that solid?
Yeah, that was the plan.
And there's someone or something in it.
Sucks for them.
You could effectively just completely destroy their supplies and them by just making, I don't know, a big-ass solid stone rectangle.
Yeah, the General, the effects of this spell are, as of yet, untested for the most part. I did my best to shore up the defenses around Turisaz, where we just came from, and I'll be honest with you, there's all sorts of things I could do. Do you want me to drop a volcano on them? It won't be very big, but it'll be an active volcano. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with here, so...
My concern is for our soldiers in the surrounding area. I can't allow mass fires. I can't allow flooding. We can't destroy the area around Eihwaz, or even when the actual city reappears, it will suffer. We're also dealing with civilians in the city.
Yeah.
And granted, most people have fled to the outer reaches, but there are still people trapped inside, and there are soldiers that are pinned down that can't get out. As much as I would love to just put the city in a box for a moment till everyone suffocates, we would be killing a lot of people that don't deserve it.
Is there a head we can chop off?
Serena Octen would be one of them. And as I understand it, there is not a specific leader of the rebels. It seems like more of anarchy at the moment, with maybe a hierarchy based on strength. We haven't figured out how they function yet. The Hesperians are currently under the direction of an admiral who's up in Port Magnus still, I believe.
Well, General, I'll tell you what. I told you what I can do. I don't know war. This is your deal, so you tell me what you want, and I'll make it happen.
We'll figure out a strategy.
I do think Foostrak has a good idea, though. 10 days without access to their supplies is a very good idea. So if we know where those are, I can cut them off from that. At the very least, I can trap some of them inside with their supplies, and I'll throw some little breathing holes on top and be like a little hamster cage. They can eat it all themselves. They just won't have. Okay, that too. We can do that.
Well, and you can cut off their siege weapons.
That too. That was part of the original plan.
Give me time to go over this with my strategists.
You got it.
But in the meantime, since you're all here and I've heard you spoken of so highly,
Not that
it
highly.
might be, yes, very highly.
Damn it.
It may be, I don't know, what would you all be able to do outside of this spell? Because I can think of a few targets for you.
I have experience. War fighting.
Stuff.
I can blow anything up.
He fights, he blows stuff up, and she does her best. That's kind of the...
But saying he fights might be a little bit of an understatement. I was a soldier, and I definitely led people back home. It's been a while, but Nathar.
Mm. I don't know. I don't know you people.
Does the enemy have any, like, beasties that they're fighting with? Because I was kind of kidding about Magda, but Magda also is quite the monster hunter. Or is supposed to be.
Shut the fuck up. I don't sit here and sit. Well, okay, that's not true. But
Magda Wrenly of the Taiylor clan, yes?
yeah, that's me.
I believe that you are a capable monster hunter.
Thank you.
No student of Margot is a slouch.
Christmas. Anyway.
Stop it.
Anyway, we are dealing with... they do have drakes. They do have Kyotori. Those are pretty common down here. As for siege beasts and fighting beasts, we believe they may have recruited some interesting creatures from Gale Shell. In particular, there has been some kind of bird, 50-foot wingspan, that has been passing over the city, occasionally dropping things, mostly explosives.
Mm.
Was that 1-5 or 5-0? Please say it was the first one. 1-5.
It was
right.
5-0.
1-5.
5-0.
Would that ring a bell at all, considering I'm from... Like, I'm not that far away from...
You are
Gale
far
Shell.
away from Gale Shell. You're from the southern part of Garrett Eldathas.
But, like, I would end up hearing stories, more than likely.
Make a...
Magda likes birds.
Can I also help
I
with
like
that?
that.
Because I actually
Magda
did.
does like birds.
I did spend time in Garrel's shell, so if I can help him recollect that knowledge in any way, I will gladly do so.
I will. You guys have two very different realms of experience. I'm going to say you both can roll.
Nature,
You said history?
History, I will also allow nature.
I'm not going to do that.
So I got a 16.
21.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Foostrak, you have heard of a creature called a rock. That a 50-foot wingspan would be small for a rock. They can get up to like 120 feet wingspan. And so
An adolescent rock.
Your immediate thought
Kid rock,
is,
if you will.
Yeah, a kid rock. Whereas Christmas, well, the rock does ring a bell.
Can you smell what he's cooking?
Shut the fuck up. You know that in Girl Shell, because it went unexplored for so long, there are a lot of things that people still don't know about it. But one thing that was done about 300 and some odd years ago, not your party, not C1 party, there was Jessa San and her, especially her apprentice, had a sort of expedition into the center of Garel Shell. They were actually eventually became celebrated as the people who changed Laska's mind about Hesperus and convinced them to bring the Star Tree back. But on this expedition, they cataloged a lot of creatures, and among them were things like a 500-foot-long Eastern-style dragon.
Parthenax? No, Parthenax. I always say Parthenax, and I know that's not right. What was his name?
What are their names? Phalanx.
Phalanx, something like that.
No, Phalanx is not an Eastern-style dragon.
Oh.
No, this is not a dragon I think you guys know of.
This isn't the one I met as my Fearbold character?
I don't remember.
That I convinced to let us ride him?
I don't think so, because you guys were in Gyarados with us.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of different creatures. Coral-like creatures, those big cat things with the long whiskers that can petrify people.
Oh.
And so on and so forth. Giant lobsters, you know.
Bring in the dancing lobsters.
Yay. Yay, Amanda show. But among them, there was mentioned a type of creature that they experienced in 4 different sizes. One of them, they found a nest with several eggs that had just hatched, and found a bunch of bird creatures that were sort of barn owl-like, except with almost like a hawk's face, and sort of like a rainbowy iridescence to the tips of their feathers. These, as babies, newly hatched, were as tall as a typical human. The adolescent that they found had probably a 20-30 foot wingspan. Are adolescent and juvenile the same thing?
Juvenile is younger than adolescent.
Yeah.
Sorry, juvenile was the 30-40. Adolescent got up to about 70. And then a fairly old adult by their reckoning, because it had lost a lot of its color, outsized rocks by probably 30 feet. But the thing about these creatures is that they are surprisingly friendly to people, despite being wild, whereas rocks are not. And so ever since they were discovered, a few people have taken to raising them in Garel Shell, because it's the only place with like perches big enough for them. But there are also some in Caladros now because of the gigantic forests there. You do not know what this creature is called, but suffice to say, you're probably dealing with one of them.
Big bird.
Big bird.
Big bird. That's what we're dealing with. Big bird.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, Snuffleupagus.
Depending on the people. So, remember that dragon we ran into? It was all fucked up and contaminated?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Expect a potentially similar situation.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
Neat.
It's okay. We know how to deal with that kind of thing.
Neat.
I mean,
It's true.
after Reziel, so, you know.
Let's not invite let's not invite that kind of thinking.
Nothing's going to come easy.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
So anyway, when does this bird normally fly around? When is it normally out doing shit?
Typically, we see them around just before dawn.
Which would be in a little bit. No. I always
No.
get these mixed
Tomorrow.
up. Tomorrow.
It's morning.
Dawn
It's
is
late
the morning,
morning.
dusk is the night. Never remember those two things.
Wow.
How high up is it flying?
I mean, it varies. It tries to stay out of arrow and siege range, so
Oh, that's it?
higher than 1,000 feet usually.
Oh, well, never mind that. I was going to say, Chris, you could just put up a big-ass wall and it'll fly right into it.
It takes 10 minutes for the wall to go up and the bird's just like, for 10 minutes and then it runs into it.
So I was just thinking, like, he sees it coming, he casts it, and then when the bird gets in the way, it's just...
Well,
I can take care of that problem for you.
I can get Noah up there.
Also, I apologize. I do have a name for this bird. It is called the Lukumanu.
Wonderful. And Ash, we will go on break soon before you say anything.
Ew.
I actually wasn't thinking about it, but thanks.
For once.
I'm trying to wrap up this conversation.
Hold on. My computer got unplugged and it's gonna die.
Oh no.
Are we thinking we're just going to blow it up?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Cool, I can get you up there.
Cool. Perfect.
What would we
I
classify...
can get myself back down.
What would we classify this creature as? It wouldn't happen to be considered a beast of sorts, would it?
I think I would classify it as a monstrosity.
Oh, okay, I kind of figured.
It's called a bird of ruin. Of course it's a monstrosity.
Well, I mean, rocks are also considered monstrosities, so...
Yeah.
Also, the difference between beasts and monstrosities in the edition of this
very
tabletop
slim.
role-playing game that we play is, yeah, interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So let's jump on break there because we are going a little bit too long. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to start planning whatever the fuck it is you people are doing. All right. Bye.
Bye.
We're back to finish the job.
Back to kill a fucking bird.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Fuck birds.
Toads.
Now our group name can be the Bird Fuckers.
Love it.
Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. We'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
So. General Hendrik has the magic, the spell description, so he's taking that to his strategist. What are you guys doing?
Waiting.
Cool.
I'm gonna pull Christmas to the side.
I'm no longer waiting.
Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. I don't think we're gonna need pre-approval to take care of this bird. It should be fairly easy. If you can get me up there, I can get myself down. Should take less than 10 seconds to bring this animal to the ground.
It's just wild that, like, 2 weeks ago, I would have second-guessed you so much. And I just have complete faith in your ability to pull this off. But
also,
yeah,
these chips they have on the table are really good.
This is a team effort, you know?
Can all of you fly?
I mean, technically, none of us can fly.
Are you eavesdropping?
Working on it.
What? I don't think any of you can fly. So, I'll be fine.
Cool. And I'm big enough that you can just ride on my shoulders.
Are you getting me up there visibly? Because I would like to be not visible.
Can you turn yourself invisible?
Uh-huh.
Can you turn yourself and someone else invisible at the same time?
No.
I can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
You can? Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
How long does that last?
1 hour.
Perfect. That's how long I can do this. Now, it is very important, however. If something happens to me, and I'm no longer flying, that's probably going to be it for us. Just letting you know. That's probably it. There's not really anything I can do at that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, hold on. What if we can maybe... So you're proposing flying by magic, yeah, Christmas?
No, by wings.
Well, Noah,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How can you make wings?
I
Yeah.
have the capability of anything that I put my mind to.
Here's the
I
deal.
don't doubt you.
I
That
know.
needs to be an inspirational shirt with Noah's face on it.
Just him going,
Uh-huh.
I have absolute faith in Noah's ability to get down.
well, here's the thing.
In fact, I might just leave him up there. Just
What?
for him to get down by himself, because that's how much faith I have in his ability to get down. And I'll actually wink at Noah after
I've
say that.
I've been having
I'm the one person that knows.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about this even before bird talk.
Mm-hmm.
It might be nice to have an aerial advantage just in any situation.
I mean, we're about to have one.
Yeah. So I mean,
Are you saying that we befriend the bird?
No, I'm saying I want.
What are you?
I'm saying Christmas. All right, fine.
You
No,
want
can
me
you
to
make
make
me
you a
some
pair of
wings?
wings? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'm not very
I mean,
good
we
at
can-
asking outright.
We can work on that. I have a feeling that's going to take a little while and like some finagling, some engineering. You're going to have to lose a little weight.
We're gonna want to test it first. Too.
I weigh like 120 pounds.
I
Something
know, I'm
wet.
totally fucking with you.
We're gonna have to hollow out your bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. I think that's as close as we're gonna get right now.
You know,
Tiny pair of wings cast reduce on you.
Yeah.
I can technically probably take more than one with me, but probably not all of you.
Is this an open conversation with your group?
Sure.
Okay. Walter will step in and be like, I could probably get you up there.
Like
But also
invisibly?
invisible. That's going to be the main thing there.
No.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
Christmas and I can get up there invisibly, so we actually don't need any help in that department. You guys are fine. But when the bird hits the ground, you may need to smush it.
I can handle bird smushing.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea. If we split up anyway, because I wager.
Taylor's face.
Noah, I understand that I see where you're going with this, and I have a feeling what we're going to end up doing, instead of taking this thing out in one clean go, we're probably going to end up grounding it, if anything. So
you have so little faith in me.
Okay.
As he continues to eat from the war buffet.
Yes, you are speaking to the kamikaze tiefling.
Well,
Noah has so many cool nicknames.
All I imagine is that Foostrak's going to be down on the ground with like a batter's up swing ready to go.
Yeah.
And he's just going to get showered in fucking blood and guts.
Yeah, give him the Taiylor.
Because there won't be any fucking bird left.
now, Noah, if we do this invisibly and we do have a full hour, when this thing makes its run, we should try to time this so that it's kind of going back to from whence it came. And then if we do this, well, it's over the enemy. See where I'm going?
When are we planning on doing this?
We drop a bird on an enemy.
Yeah, we just drop it on them, and then it's like the numbers game. Who cares at that point, you know?
I mean, I think Magda was asking, when are we going to do this?
Yeah.
At dawn.
That's when the bird comes.
So,
At dawn we arrive. That was the dinner bell.
I have a little bit of a strategic question regarding that.
Strategic question away.
Damn, these chips are good.
Yeah, right?
So,
I know, the chicken they make here is amazing. I wonder, these taste like the chickens from the Underdark.
Jasper from...
I think this is pork, actually.
From the distance, Jasper's like, they have apples.
And oranges.
and McDonald's,
And my
not a
axe.
sponsor.
I found some peppermint bark. Does anybody want some?
Oh,
I also got some eggs with some green shit in it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So, if
right next to these eggs that have green shit in them, they also have ham.
Anyway.
Sorry, I took it too far. That's yep.
I got it.
Oh,
It just was bad.
So, if we kill the bird,
Yeah.
I kind of get the feeling that the enemy's going to know that there's something else going on, that there's something new over here on our side. Similarly, if we change the city before we kill the bird, who's to say the bird's going to come through?
Oh, we're not going to change the city before we kill the bird.
My concern is that if we kill the bird, they're going to know something's up and maybe have some time to be able to counter-attack or something that might fuck up the city warp plan.
I mean, we could kill the bird and then immediately change the city.
It's a
Could
lot
do
of
that.
magic for one day.
I mean, that would make it easy for Chris to get onto the walls of the city.
Yeah, he can fly. He's going to be perp.
I do. One little hiccup here. The thing I'm actually the most worried about. Where the fuck did this cheese come from? God damn, that's good.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is Koop eating?
Yeah.
Cheese, chicken, fucking
crap
crab
over there.
rangoons?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
those are a little bit spicier than I thought they were gonna be. Sorry. Overwatch.
I love the role play.
Yeah. Overwatch. That's my concern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, I had an idea about the Overwatch problem as well. So when you change the landscape of the city, You could just make it where none of the buildings have windows and that they don't have roofs. Makes it real hard for somebody to perch in a spot with a sniper rifle.
Well, yeah, if you only ever go on a roof with a sniper rifle. But the thing is, like, the good guys need the windows in some capacity to be able to see out the buildings, because we're not. But I'll see what the general says. My biggest concern with Overwatch is, like, if we're flying around up in the sky and I get shot, or if I'm perched up on top of a wall for 10 minutes in plain sight, that makes me a bit of a target. So, that's my concern with that.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted you to not do it by yourself.
I wouldn't be by myself. I'd be with Noah.
Mm-hmm. I can pretend I got a shield.
Admittedly, if Christmas is invisible while he's flying up there, that does make it quite a bit harder to hit him.
Yeah. That's why we need to go invisible when we go up.
Yeah.
They can't know
I guess I'll just sit on the ground with thumb up my ass then, I guess.
Well, Magda, you and I can wait at the spot where Christmas is supposed to land to give him cover, to give him the time to be able to cast the spell.
Okay.
I will need a secure spot for that, so I don't think no one, I don't think that this is going to be a situation where no one will run off and do something and you two sit here twiddling your thumbs. There's plenty of stuff to do. And having a spot on the wall secured where I'm able to see everything is going to be big. And then I'm also going to need to be protected for 10 minutes. So, sorry to make you all have to give a shit about me for 10 minutes, but after that, you're good. You don't have to anymore.
I mean, if it helps, I've given a shit about you for longer than 10 minutes.
It's a joke. It's a joke, Foostrak.
You're not very funny.
Coming from you, that's a compliment.
Is it?
Yes. We should do anything that we feel we need to do before the moment of our death, though. That would be probably plan A right now. Is if there's anything you wanted to do before dying and it is available to you in this moment to do, I would recommend knocking that off the list. Although I think doing what we're about to do is actually going to knock several things off of Noah's list in the process.
Yeah.
Noah, how much money would it cost to finagle some wings for me?
Well, we'd probably have to hire a couple of arcanists to help us if we wanted to do it in any sort of amount of time. So probably in the 10 to 20,000 gold range.
Is that a joke?
No, supplies are cheap. It's the time that's expensive.
Cool. Well, never mind then.
Is Vesper here?
Yeah.
I think Foostrak would want to go see her.
Okay. Yeah, if you ask around, you'll basically be told that the Ly'kari are staying in the tower's guest quarters. And basically half of them are out during the day and half of them are out during the night. Vesper is a night person at the moment, so she is in the tower.
Okay. Yeah, I would go and knock on her door.
Okay. Put away my apple. Oh wait, apples, Vesper. Anyway.
I would probably bring Vesper an apple.
You.
It's our thing. I've done it before.
They're on the buffet.
Yeah, Jasper will fetch you one. But as you go knock on her door.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
We've been waiting for you. Three's covered.
Put your dick in my vagoo.
No.
Right?
Don't you mean in the bum garden?
Stop it! Especially in Ben's case.
Oh no. That's where I keep my fries.
Shut the fuck up. Dude. Sorry, I had to grab my. Here.
Catch up on the side.
Oh.
Are you quite finished?
I got your value meal right here.
God.
Are we good?
Maybe.
Okay. So the door opens and it's not Vesper who answers the door. You see a fairly hold on, I need to read their description. You see a fairly short, very almost sun elf like skin tone girl, but she doesn't seem to be a sun elf. She has platinum blonde hair, and she is currently dressed in like lighter colored leathers and a tabard that has the cracked disc of the sun, which you know is Hesperus' symbol. And she looks up at you. She is not as short as Vesper, but she's pretty short. You have seen her before. This is Noah. Noah? This is Nova. This is Nova.
Hey there, guys.
Ly'kari. She's Ly'kari of Light, originally the Orden Hide, and she would have been Lee's partner, the High Priestess of Hesperus. But she looks up at you, and she's like, "Hi."
Hi, don't believe we've had the pleasure before.
I think we've seen each other, but you're Foostrak?
Yeah, I believe we've seen each other in passing, but haven't actually, met.
I think the last time I saw you, you threw up on the floor of Lodestone Hall.
Yeah, that tracks. That's going to follow me till the day I leave this material plane.
If it helps, it was really funny. And it, made a bad day better.
Well, I mean, silver lining, I suppose.
What can I do for you?
I was hoping to speak with Vesper.
Oh, and she turns and she motions over to where you can see, not asleep, but curled up on a bed with a book. Vesper is laying there. She's half asleep, doesn't really recognize that you're there. And Nova turns, sees something on a side table, takes a book and chucks it at her feet to get her attention. And Nova slips past you and says, "Okay, have fun, bye," and she just disappears out the door.
She's delightful.
Yeah.
She's like thee.
She's literally a ball of sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, Vesper sits up and puts her book aside. You can see she's got a couple scratches and bruises on her face. And at the moment she just has a loose tunic and leggings, but she sits up and sort of motions you in. She says, "Hi, Foostrak. Is something wrong?"
No, not really. I brought you an apple.
I appreciate it. And she sits on the edge of her bed and takes the apple, and holding it in both her hands, she motions for you to take a seat in a chair there. And she says, Flameheart mentioned you guys would be coming, but I didn't think it was going to be this soon.
Yeah, he said the same thing. We sent it and basically teleported immediately.
What can I do for you?
Well, there's a couple things. First, how are you doing with all of this? I don't plan on keeping you. You seem exhausted, and understandably, but this is a lot.
Not great. You guys haven't heard about Morgan, have you?
What about Morgan?
He's not doing very well.
Like just holding up, or like he was injured?
He was hurt pretty badly.
Shit.
We did everything magic could do for him, but it's magic that's the problem. We think Serena Octen got to him.
Like, he was shot, or...
Well, that was one of the things that happened to him, yeah.
We have reason to believe that she might have Overwatch.
I wouldn't be surprised. No, it's acting almost like a magical poison of some kind, and Kaladir can't figure it out. Dispelling hasn't worked.
How much has Flameheart told you about Serena?
A fair bit. I know who she is.
Well, she's an only child now, if that helps.
I don't really take comfort in that kind of thing.
I mean, seeing what I saw, I wouldn't either. So, the way you're talking, it doesn't sound like he's going to be getting better.
We have a theory of what it is. We think it's the same thing Ozdala did to Senna's children. From the stories, Ozdala poisoned them somehow until they were so weak that they could be destroyed. If she did even half of that to Morgan, I don't know how we can help him without beating Sav.
Oh, we think we have an in on that. And we might be able to take out Serena sooner rather than later. I'm sorry.
There's nothing you could do about it. Morgan came here to help us because he's one of the few mortal members of the collective that has nothing against any of us. He's not suspicious of the others, and unfortunately that made him a target because everybody loves him. And Sav always goes for things that people love.
Yeah.
But we have gotten some support from some of the other members now too, but they all have their own things to deal with. Fires elsewhere in the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah. I'm sure we don't even know everything that's going on at this point. There's probably things brewing that we haven't seen yet.
No, there's so much. Like even the Feywild, there was just trouble.
I know, but Flameheart told us all about it.
Yeah.
But there's more still to come. I'm worried about the other bearers. I'm worried about Leon especially, even though he's technically not a bearer anymore. People in the collective still love him. It feels like all of the mortal members are especially targets right now.
Well, it's easier to kill something that has a known lifespan, I suppose. Known weaknesses.
I don't know what to do about any of that. At this point, we're just trying to keep these people away from the tree.
You know, sometimes it's all you can do. Chris is going to make it a lot more difficult on them, probably tomorrow morning.
I'm not surprised with especially him.
And, I mean, I hope that you like bird, because there may be a lot of it to eat around here coming up in a while.
I don't really eat. I don't know if you know this about us. We don't need to.
You mean I've been bringing you these apples this whole time and you ain't had to eat a damn one of them?
I don't have to, but I can.
And I'm just messing with you.
I know. But, I mean, having that bird out of the way would be good. That is worse than our enemies having airships. It's a lot faster.
Yeah, we have one of those making its way in too.
Oh, the Anacron? Yeah, I heard about that too.
Oh, Stella. She's been renamed.
Ah, okay.
So, listen, there's something that I wanted to come here and ask you about. So, one, you didn't get the chance to come by and meet Rodri.
No.
Here is like a little interpretation, and I pulled out one of like the little charcoal drawings that I've done of him, so that she can see him.
Yeah, as soon as she takes it, you immediately see this, like, this emotion wash over her that's just, like, purely taken with this little thing, but also, like, happy for you. And she's like, he is absolutely beautiful. He's so small.
But strong.
I guess seeing you, I didn't expect a baby Minotaur to be this small.
Yeah, he was early.
But he's doing okay?
For now. Sav may or may not have had some choice things to say about how long he'll stay that way.
I wish I could say that I'll run off and protect him for you, but
That ain't your job.
you and your wife shouldn't have to do it alone either.
No, she's got the crew. She's got the crew on the Stella help keep an eye on him. She's keeping an eye on him. Sava's pretty convinced that if something happens to him, she's going to follow suit pretty fast. But
We'll see about that.
I don't think he knows my wife like I do.
I'm excited to meet her at some point, too. She sounds like, mostly like a badass.
She is. She's got an exploding hammer now.
Oh, I'm aware. I've I'm aware of her being a chosen of Zerai.
Yeah, she helped me change how I fight a little bit. So I protect people a little bit better now when we're on the battlefield. Speaking of Wolfe, shit's really hairy out here right now.
Shut it down.
The longer that I'm in this fight and the longer that things keep going sideways and we keep getting into fights with white dragons and giant birds and giant Mothmen demigods, the more I'm getting concerned that we're not all getting out of this. But I trust that you'll be able to take care of this if I can. And I'm going to give her an envelope that has Wolfe and Rodri's name on it.
Okay.
If I don't come back from Sternegard, I need you to give this to them.
I can do that for you, but you're going to Sternegard?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a little terrifying.
Yeah, that's why I got this letter. That's why I wrote that last night.
I'll make sure they get it.
I appreciate it. I don't want the others to have to worry about it. And God only knows if they'll make it back too. But you're made of sterner stuff.
I'm not. I just have a little more magic on my side.
You've gone through things that would make other people crumble.
So
and you
has
still
most
go
of
through
your,
them.
so has most of your team. Don't count them out. We may be Ly'kari, but we are not as indestructible as you all think we are. I mean, just look at Soldering right now.
Yeah, he pretty beat to shit. Looks good with the short hair, though.
Yeah. I've told him as much, but he's pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
We're not indestructible. We're immortal in the sense that we won't die of old age, but we can die just as easily as any of you. Me probably more so than the rest.
I wasn't debating that. You've lived longer than most anything else on this planet. That does something. You may be just as destructible as the rest of us.
I'm just better at running away.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do.
Well, spending most of that time with the Phelan caravan has also helped a lot, but...
Yeah, I've kind of wanted to meet them. You know, I've never had the opportunity before, but at some point it would be nice to get to spend some time with the Phelan. Feels like we'd all get along pretty well.
Well then, don't die.
I'm not going to make a promise I don't know I can keep.
Well, how about this? You don't have permission.
I mean, I also, like, might be out of my hands.
Wow. I hate to... I don't want you to feel like I'm dismissing you, but I do have to get some sleep before it's my turn to go out there and raise hell.
No, like I said, you're exhausted and I don't want to take up your entire time. I'll make it out of this. I'm going to buy you an entire damn apple tree, though.
You should come with me to Haven someday, and we can go see the orchards and that kind of thing.
I'd enjoy that.
We'll make a family trip out of it. I'll invite some people, you invite some people.
I like that idea.
You go, try not to die, and I'm going to prepare to try not to die.
I'm just going to give her the gentlest little pat on the shoulder and just say, thank you. And then I'll slip out, closing the door quietly behind me.
Okay. A bit later, as you guys are sort of eating, chilling, planning, that sort of thing, those of you who all would be down in, like, not the first floor, but probably like the second floor, which is more of a like chill spot. Would anybody be there in about 2 hours after your meeting with the general?
I probably would.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys will see Keladir and Flameheart come down. Keladir is a little messed up. She's got some bruises, some scratches, but she thankfully doesn't have any broken bones. She's not nearly as bad off as Sonoring. But as she comes down, she will immediately walk up to Christmas and hug him. And as she steps back, this tall-ass, thin woman, she looks down at you and she says, "Thank you for taking care of, I guess, my ring." And you can see it is now on her left hand.
It is back where it belongs.
And I appreciate your friendship with Flameheart.
Me too.
Thank you. But she turns and she goes to talk to Sala, who they're immediately like, "Yay! Yay, husband/fiancés!" But Flameheart steps up, looking maybe a little flushed, a little embarrassed, and he's just like, "That was one of the most terrifying things I've done in my entire life."
I give him a hug.
Yeah, a little pat. But those of you who are there, he looks over you and says, "And assuming we all survive this nonsense, you are all absolutely invited to the wedding. But unlike you, Christmas," and he glances over at Sala and Keladir, and Sala being like, "We just got married on the deck of the ship. He didn't even ask, he just did it." He's like, "We're gonna have an actual wedding at some point."
But like everyone I've ever met that got married afterwards, they were like, "We should have just done a real quick thing, not put so much time and thought into it and money." I mean, that's another big thing is money. So really, we did what everyone says they wished they did after they got married. So I ain't apologizing.
Well, the first thing Keladir said was that we are, 1, not having a big wedding, and 2, we are not inviting some certain people who may ruin it. So,
yeah. Some family members that just,
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say, Magda's been kind of quiet during all this, but she does get up from where she's sitting and kind of pat Flameheart on the shoulder and say, "Congrats, bud." And then she'll leave the room.
Oh, Magda. Aw, so sad.
Am I the only one without a romance arc?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Look,
Romance part.
love when you have explosives.
Yeah, Noah's soulmate is dynamite. Let's be real.
I've accepted at this point that Noah is probably asexual, just because anytime the subject comes up, he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I have read too. I'm like, he has no interest in that.
I do want to share a quick word with Noah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Christmas is his boyfriend. I forgot.
If they
Yeah.
no, Christmas is his gonna be his stepdad.
Oh, he's my daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Listen, son. We I've been thinking about the order in which these things are going to take place, and I actually think that if the general is ready and willing, I should actually make these changes to the city tonight, because of two things. The night's going to go by, it's going to be dark, and they probably... if everything changed in the city and you lost a tactical advantage, one of the first things that you would want to do is regain the tactical advantage. And if you have the ability to get an aerial view of everything and find targets that are, the enemy and bomb them, that's what you do. So I think if I do this tonight, we're still going to have that bird in the morning. And it's probably going to be more confused than normal. So we may give ourselves an advantage. So I don't think I'm going to wait to change everything. And I think that bird's still going to show up, and we'll get you up there.
Okay.
Well, Magda's not here. How positive are you that your way down is going to work?
100%.
Okay. Because I'm torn, because how much time do you think you need up there? Is this like you're going to drop something, or am I going to drop you?
I'm going to need just enough time for that bird to come for me, and that's it. Oh, that sounded weird.
I wasn't going to say anything. Okay.
Be interesting.
Okay. That's all.
Noah Borago, bird fucker.
Yeah, I just need to get in front of it, and that's it.
Okay. So, right in front of its mouth.
Yep.
All right.
Taiylor.
Well, I'm gonna go see how the general's doing, but you just you say when.
Okay. I'm ready. Whenever that bird is on its way.
Okay. I am incredibly concerned about Noah's livelihood tomorrow, but I will walk away.
I will be fine.
I imagine Foostrak walks in at about this time with like a 7-quart mixing bowl full of crab rangoons, and he's just eating them like a bag of
Like
chips.
popcorn.
Oh yeah, the tiefling woman from Midcourt is here.
She's here, yeah.
Making egg rolls and crab rangoons.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a couple from you.
Those are hot. Be careful. I burned the roof of my mouth earlier.
I'm resistant to fire.
Yeah, they were
yeah.
from above.
Well, Foostrak's completely immune to fire, so
That's
Oh,
true,
yeah.
I am.
there's
But he
just
doesn't care.
eating them by the shovelful.
Molten cheese coming out of the corner of his mouth.
A fire-resistant cow. Hell yeah.
Fire immune.
Actually,
what is the
fire
word?
immunity, not heat immunity.
But it doesn't
whatever.
Same difference.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Fire is
Burning
just
immunity.
like a burn, is just a building up of heat energy.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
If anything gets hot enough, it sets on fire.
It is very weird, though, to think of a cow consuming cheese.
Well, that is
Yeah.
weird.
Like I could understand milk, at least for a young Minotaur. But it's weirder when they're older.
Cheese is milk.
It's with
Mostly
some
milk.
extra steps, yeah.
Man, imagine
Yeah.
if he came in eating some beef ribs.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
I wonder how many times in his life Foostrak has accidentally eaten beef.
If he knows it's beef, he won't eat it.
I know.
He also won't eat sausage because he doesn't like sausage. The grease makes him fart. So
Isn't that what cows do, though? Anyway.
Oh my god.
I
love the detail of this backstory.
but that is in my notebook.
I
That
know.
he doesn't eat sausage because it makes him gassy.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Now I'm wondering, are there crab people in Atlaran?
Not that I know of.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not
If
anymore.
they were, they'd get eaten. But yeah.
Oh no.
Astrid messaged me again. What?
It wasn't anything. It was just an
okay.
comment.
Well, what's happening? Oh yeah. Christmas is going to talk to the general. So when you get to him, he's set up a little sort of office for himself. And when you are shown in by one of the soldiers, he looks up and says, perfect timing. I think we've got an idea of what we'd like to do.
Cool. Do you need me to do it from here, or do you need me to be on the wall?
You would probably need to be on the wall.
Cool.
So the gist of it is that we're going to have you sink the city into a basin and make that difficult to climb out of. The walls need to stay in place. We want at least a few exit points for our people. But once it is in this basin, we would... Can you clear out buildings?
Yes.
What will happen if somebody's inside the building?
They'll fall.
That's just going to have to be something that we risk. We would like Eihwaz to be a flat, open basin. No cover. And we want the western gates sealed.
Nothing for the good guys, nothing for the bad guys.
We talked about the issues with the people who are still in the city. And the long and short of it is that we can pull back most of our people to the edge where they'll be safe. But those that are prisoner, those that are pinned down, we can't do anything for them. And unfortunately, the sacrifice is worth more than a few soldiers. Once we have this in place, we're not too worried about their siege weapons in an event like this, because they are outside the walls. They're meant to help them get in. And if they get in, they're going to get stuck. So that's not a problem. Our siege weapons need to stay on high ground. We have them all up against the eastern wall, which needs to stay on high ground as well. And considering your friend's particular specialty in explosives, we think we're going to set him up with a few of our guns and a few things that can throw explosives. We have also been thinking about what your friend Foostrak can do, and given his background, I looked a bit into what the Nathar are known for. They're very good guerrilla fighters, hit-and-run tactics, that sort of thing. We would like him on the outside of the walls, on the normal ground that has been unaffected. And we have a few places for him to potentially hit and rescue some people for us. Your friend Magda would be very useful in helping him do that, being that some of these prisoners are guarded by more monstrous types of things. We have some reports of owlbears being used as guardian drakes, and possibly a couple things that have been brought through from the Underdark or the Shadowfell. And the ideal situation here would be to drop the city into the basin, start firing into the city with whatever plans your friend Noah has, and then send a lot of you with Mr. Wildborn to start trying to rescue some very key prisoners. We have one in particular that we absolutely need. How does this sound to you?
Well, I was pausing. I guess you expected me to say, who's that? But who is the key prisoner that needs to be retrieved?
Got to grab their name. Hold on.
Droval Easterland.
Looking to get that. Hold on. Where are they?
Pocahontas.
No.
That's who it is.
Absolutely not.
Risen of Baumgarten.
We are looking to get back Arcanist Pelai Singavi.
Wonderful. They have an Arcanist. Okay.
This happened very recently, unfortunately.
Cool.
She is a war cleric of Elen, and so I think for all of us, it is in our best interest to get her back as soon as possible. We do have Ingrid Vassar from Hagalas also here with us, but she is still secure, thankfully.
Do you know the whereabouts of Visu? They used to work in Sing Tower here. Desiree?
No, we don't know where they are.
Okay. Insight check.
Okay.
11 plus 6. 17.
You gather that no, he doesn't know, but gosh, would he like to.
Okay. If possible, I would like to start this right away. I need my friends to get me to the wall where I have the ability to do this. It will only take me 10 minutes, but I won't feel safe really until it's done.
Would you be able to give us an hour head start?
Yes.
All right. And you see him reach over to the drawer of this desk, and he takes out several Vodro scrolls that are rolled up, and he basically copies the same message onto each. He isn't hiding them, so you can read them. That they're basically a full, citywide retreat order.
Cool. Would it be fair to assume that Yeah, I think I'm allergic to something that was in those crab rangoons. Anyway, would it be fair to assume that once we establish a tactical advantage, we're very likely to see that bird show up in the morning so that the enemy is able to assess the new situation?
From what we've seen, the bird has been used for scouting, bombing, and we have seen a few of the cultists, either them or familiars, flying over to scout. So I would say it's a very high likelihood that the bird will show back up.
Wonderful. So, we do have a plan to deal with the bird come morning time. So
I thought you meant.
I
Yeah.
heard.
So that'll be
What?
that'll be the first
We
I
thing.
have a plan to
heard.
deal with the
We
bird
do
now.
have a. Yeah, we do have a plan. For bird com. You paused at a weird.
Gotcha. Yeah, we
It's like what?
we have a hey, it said it was coming for Noah. Anyway.
Only Noah.
We will
Yeah.
Yep. I got the magic.
once we have dealt with that, we are all at your disposal. But if that may be something that just Noah and I undertake very briefly, and so Foostrak and Magda will be at your disposal right away.
I do have a request for you, actually, while you were all doing this. May I borrow your cleric? And potentially Mr. Dine as well.
Absolutely. Well, actually,
We've,
I shouldn't speak for them. I'm sorry. I forget myself. If they say yes, then you may.
Alright.
That's how
I
we
was
do
just
things.
making sure it wouldn't ruin your plan if I pulled them away. Mr. Rothier, I believe his name is, has made quite a reputation for himself, already helping in Eihwaz and other places.
He's good at that.
And Mr. Dine has connections and expertise that we do not have a lot of, and honestly, I miss him supplying the GWC.
He also makes for a wonderful method of transportation. Like, it's an all-in-one kind of situation. You get lodging, you get transportation, protection in some cases. It is just... You're not laughing. I'm going to just shut up now.
No, actually, that's very useful and interesting. I'll have to ask him about it.
There you go.
Yes. The other woman in your group, the wood elf.
She stays with me.
I'm not asking to take her. I'm just curious what her specialties are.
You know those people that
Thank you so very much.
disappear and then things happen and then they just reappear?
Assassins?
You said it. Those kinds of people.
I will assume that's because she's with you. She is not going to be a problem for us, and that's fine. But if you hear of anything that she might be useful for at some point, please feel free to help out. I think with all of you here in this Mirage Arcane thing that you've shown me, we may just have a chance to turn this battle in the other direction. Being able to corral the Hesperians especially, and hit them out in the open, there's nothing they can do to us if we're out of reach and they're penned in. So we have a few things on standby: explosives, legions of archers. The Marrow Legion itself is camped just north of here. We should be able to make enough of a dent to make the Hesperians reconsider invading this far south.
I'll remove the facade for a moment and tell you that I'm here to do what's necessary, but war, this isn't me, and I'm sorry for everyone that you're going to lose when I do this.
Mr. Fortunemær, the thing about war is that, especially this war, is that every man and woman here in a Glacial Watch uniform chose to be here, knowing what the risks were. And that doesn't necessarily make it better. But the people that we are going to lose, they know what they're dying for. And the best we can do is give their families some peace once we gather the dead and move on and win for them and make sure their loss wasn't in vain.
See what everyone
Bad
else...
time to have laughing fits, guys.
Yeah. Oh god, but it looks so great.
Blame Ben.
Oh god.
Beautiful.
I will I'll start just making my way towards the door to his office, and as I'm leaving I'll stop, look back, be like, you're right. It doesn't make it better. And then I'll leave.
With that, the GWC has the next hour to evacuate as many people as they can. Is there anything you guys need to do to prepare for the getting to the walls, which most of your path is clear? Anything you need to prepare for the city basically turning into a basin?
So Foostrak and Magda are going to be going in after it turns into a basin.
Yeah, so the chain of events, as I understand it currently, is turn the city into a basin, start firing into it, and then once, they've done all that, all of you are going to be free to start hit and run missions to try to get some people back. The general has basically asked if they can borrow Noah for a moment after the bird thing, just to get his expertise on explosives and how best to use them. And also, Noah has probably just as many explosives on him, or can make as many as they currently have. And then they also wanted some of Magda's advice on how to deal with some of the monsters and beasts that are out there, but you guys are also going to be fighting some of them, possibly.
So I might have a couple of ideas when Christmas brings this to us.
Mm-hmm.
I do, before I go back to the whole group, I do need to have a quick conversation with Sala.
Okay.
Very brief. I promise.
Yeah. You will find Sala
behind me, where she always is, lurking.
Well,
waiting in the shadows.
Lurking, waiting. Gonna kill you someday.
She's got her strap on ready.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when you walk out of Hendrik's office, she is waiting in the hall. At a respectful distance. She's not trying to eavesdrop on you. She's more watching your back.
I know that you are keeping an eye out already, but when we're out there, you're probably the best equipped of anyone here that I know to, see Serena before anything happens. So, just keep an eye out for trouble in general, but specifically keep an eye out for anyone trying to shoot me from a really long ways away. Because that's something I'm terrified of right now.
Well, I did a little bit of asking around about ways to get a hold of maybe a longer range scope or something that can help me. But I can't promise everything's going to go smoothly, but I can promise you that if anybody tries anything, they're going to get a bullet between the eyes.
No plan survives contact with the enemy, but that is going to go for them as well as us. So.
But I also had an idea for you, and I guess this depends on what Flameheart thinks, but if we do get a hold of Stala, and she does have Overwatch, I would like to borrow it.
I can't think of anyone better suited.
Marin approved.
Yeah, the power couple.
She was iffy on Christmas, but definitely Sala.
Yeah, the power couple with the Ace of Spades and the Overwatch.
I'm going to be real with you, Ash. Christmas was iffy on Christmas and is all in Sala, so we are in agreement there.
Yeah.
Sala is the second favorite NPC, I think. We'll see. But yeah, she
Jasper. Maybe.
Jasper. Sala. Lorcan.
Christine.
Rodri.
Rodri's low
He's
on the
done
list.
nothing.
He doesn't
Nobody
have a
likes
personality
Rodri.
yet.
He's a
He's barely been
fucking
alive
newborn. What do you expect him to do? Write War and Peace?
Yeah. Get a job.
You have your own list.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hey, Rent, you useless fuck.
Yeah. You're a citizen now. You need to pull your weight.
Yeah,
pay
taxes,
taxes.
bitch.
Same brain. But yeah, she will walk with you to meet up with the rest of the group and share around the plan.
I will say, when Magda left, she just kind of went out on like a balcony or somewhere where she could see Rolliger, and she's just been staring at Rolliger.
Funny you should mention that. So, looking out at Rolliger, even though it's a fair distance away, you immediately notice that the general, like, green color of the isle is no longer as, like, dark and sickly with almost like a little bit of a purple tint to it. It is, like, bright emerald green. And the trees look healthier, and you can actually see like birds flying out over the island, whereas before there really weren't any. But you do see on the western side of the island, it looks like there's a bunch of boats pulled up on the western shore that you can gather belong to the people who are helping out the Boragos and the Selbans and whatnot. But yeah. You can still see, beyond that, the Eihwaz tree towering in the distance on Vern Isle, and it is still that sickly, purplish-green color.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay.
Yeah. The lake also looks a slightly nicer shade of blue now as well. Because it's not so
toxic sludge dump.
Yeah, well, I mean, the operations at the origin of the river were stopped, so some of the toxins are starting to be seeped out of the soil by the normal Ulmatum. So that's nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna watch that for a while.
Magda gets shot. No,
Right.
You're not on the right side
it's
of the
on the
tower.
opposite side. Yeah,
I know.
it's on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I'll come back to Foostrak and Noah, and Magda's not here. Foostrak, you look like you have some good ideas. Hit me with them.
So there's a couple things that I think that we should probably also think about. So they're currently issuing the evacuation order for the soldiers, trying to get them out in the cover of night, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're going to change. Oh.
It's mid-afternoon.
Yeah, they have a...
I thought we were waiting till dawn to do this.
So for the bird.
We're waiting. Dawn is the bird. We're going to do this shit tonight.
Okay.
Yep.
By the time Christmas
I need to be able to
the...
see everything to do this.
Yeah. By the time Christmas can do the basin thing, it's going to be around sunset. So they're going to be dropped into the basin as dark hits, so they're not going to be able to do much looking around.
Yep.
So when it comes to things like this, yes, surprise is going to be important, but it's also about pressure and momentum. You want to keep the momentum on your side so that you're constantly pushing the enemy and keeping the pressure on them. So what I would suggest is if we are able to, when you lower the basin, we're immediately running in.
No. Because you're not going to be able to get out very easily, my friend.
We aren't going to be able to get out very easily if we do it later either.
You also are going to be dead if you go in, because the plan is as soon as we drop the basin and get rid of everything, these folks here are going to start shooting.
Yep.
I feel like there's a very important part of that thing that I just said that you missed.
My idea is that they aren't just taking out the enemy, they're covering us.
Harris, I think I need to make something clear here. Because I understand what you're saying, but I also understand what Christmas, wow, interchangeable. Yeah. What Koop's getting at.
I don't get
they're going to be dropped.
What are you talking about?
They're going to be dropped into a basin on a flat plane.
Yeah.
There's going to be no cover, and they're going to start shelling the entire basin, basically.
So if they're going to be going down into a basin, then making a flat plane, how are we supposed to get people out? Because that means...
We're getting people out that are on the other side of the wall around it.
They're evacuating people now.
Yeah.
I thought this was inside the walls, like in the city, that's where the prisoner was being kept that we needed to get.
No, that's...
Okay, that's where the disconnect was at, because I was going to say, like, they basically lay down suppressing fire, and we run in.
Are we planning World War II? This is going to be horrible and awesome. No, your actual target is going to be somewhere in Old Castra.
Okay, let me grab the map here really quick.
South of the city.
Okay. So... Okay, retcon. So I still think that we go around the city while all of the fire is being focused into the basin.
You want to do that before the bird?
Yes. Because we're going to have the cover of night to help us. And we're going to have a massive distraction with the battlefield being completely upended and with all of the fire being rained down upon all of the enemy inside of the basin. There's going to be so much chaos and so much going on. They're not going to be looking for a small group of people walking around the outside trying to get to where prisoners are being kept, and it keeps us safe. It keeps us out of the way. And there's still positions there where Christmas and Noah can get to the bird once it arrives.
Is assumedly going to be before dawn.
Yeah, so it gives us all night to be able to figure this out, and for Christmas and Noah to hopefully reserve spell slots for it.
I need one spell slot of a certain level to pull that off.
Okay.
And that's assuming everything goes well with this, which if it doesn't, which it probably won't, we'll see.
Yeah, but basically we end up turning Mirage Arcane into a twofold thing. It's one, a strategic advantage to be able to essentially commit genocide against the enemy. And then it is also the perfect distraction for us to be able to get our little, like, fucking SEAL Team 6 in there to get as many hostages as we can while chaos is at its peak.
Wonderful. I'm kind of here for it. I really don't need that much to get Noah up to that bird, so, you know.
And I can get up there myself. So
yeah.
If you would like, we could also potentially talk to some people here about having a contingency.
Partway
the
through,
bird.
Magda joins the conversation. She just kind of stands quietly off to the side.
Potentially, is Walter here?
Not at the moment.
No,
Okay.
Walter and Jasper are going to be indisposed.
We could potentially talk to someone and see if they know Enlarge, and I don't know, cast Enlarge on a gun if for some reason we aren't able to take out the bird, and so they basically just mega snipe this bird out of the sky.
Cannon at it.
Look, Foostrak, here's the thing.
Was it the mega snipe?
No,
was that one?
Let's be completely frank here. You are not the brightest spoon in the cupboard. However, you do occasionally have these moments of just genius, and that is definitely one of them. So, wonderful job. However, I do need to take a moment to do one thing here. Just turn to Magda. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You look a little pale.
Insight check.
Not as pale as she used to be.
Yeah.
Admittedly, not as pale as she used to be.
Ash looks pale right now because
Well,
I don't have any makeup on.
I rolled
Just right now?
I rolled a natural 1 on my insight check. So
She's great. Ready for anything.
I'm gonna roll one for Sala.
The nobodies are going to war.
Ash, go ahead and roll a deception check. Just for fun.
How do you know she's not great? Maybe
because
it's
of the way
just-
that you're acting.
Because Magda is never great.
Right.
Because Ash it's Ash.
Yeah.
That's 11.
Yeah. Sala is gonna step up next to you and put an arm around you, and look at Christmas and be like, she's fine.
Insight check.
Oh my god.
That's great.
I rolled another one!
Oh my god! Yeah, she's
Get them
great.
all out now.
Hold on.
my
Even
God.
though I know Sala, I rolled a natural 18. I want to see what Sala gets total.
Oh my god.
25.
Oh my god.
I forget what her deception is. 32.
Oh my god! There's no way that. I mean, basically, yeah,
You have never trusted
lie
Sala
detector.
more than when she's
Do I have
lied to you in
advantage
this
because
moment.
she's my wife?
No. Sala.
I can only roll a 19 on deception because my charisma is -1.
So for Christmas's side, Sala is not necessarily lying to you. She is communicating to you, leave it be.
Got it.
Let it be.
But she keeps her arm around, she's got one arm around Magda's waist and is like, how tall is Magda?
5'11".
Oh yeah, Magda's super tall. So
yeah,
she's
tall.
you can she fits under your arm beautifully. She's so tiny.
Yeah.
Not as tiny as Vesper, but pretty tiny.
Just point me where I need to go, and I'll go there. So
Help me keep my stupid husband alive. That's about what I'm worried about right now.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'm choosing to believe both of you.
Good.
There are no external factors that have 20 sides influencing us right now.
Good choice.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
I guess get your shit ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I'm gonna gonna go see if anybody around here knows enlarge. That way we just have like a
Oh my god.
contingency.
I found someone. I point at Noah.
Yeah, I mean somebody that's gonna be staying behind.
Oh.
Can I whip out my chemistry set?
In front
Is
of
that what you
all of
call it
us?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
For free.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Noah calls it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I'm gonna
Dear
start
God, the
working.
chemistry!
Christ. I'm gonna start working on a growth potion.
That's what happens when it looks like a beaker.
Ah.
I'm so glad I don't have one of those.
A beaker?
Yup.
A beaker wiener.
Thanks for saying it out loud.
Does anyone know what a beaker is? Because it doesn't look like a wiener at all.
That was the joke.
No, my Erlenmeyer flask. God,
My
what?
pipette.
Oh God.
Oh no!
It's so skinny.
Oh no, one of those glass like corkscrew things that you
Oh,
see in
God.
sci-fi movies.
Ah, yes,
yeah.
very technical term.
My duck penis.
Duck penis.
Actually, I really want to know what that's called.
A duck penis?
No,
No.
the glass corkscrew thing.
Oh my god.
It's a condenser.
Hmm.
It's meant to cool down stuff. Anyway, yeah, what's happening? Noah's making a potion.
Yep.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You know that potion inside Noah.
I shouldn't have to.
No, you will roll 30 something, so I'm just not gonna bother. I will only bother if it's a high stress situation in which it's like you could fuck up. But yeah. Noah will work on that. I believe that takes about an hour.
Yeah, I figured we have an hour while they're clearing everything, so I can do it now.
So Noah just takes out all his like glassware and his Bunsen burner and all that and just sits on the floor in the middle of this room and starts making a potion. Okay,
What do you
guys. Yeah. Any
I'm going to see if anybody in the area knows enlarge.
that's what Noah's doing.
That's what Noah's doing.
Yeah.
You have to drink a potion. What's he going to do? Pour it on a gun to enlarge the gun?
Oh,
You
I
have-
forgot about
oh,
the gun.
Why do you want to
Why do you need a giant gun? You guys have cannons.
It's not for the bird.
Yeah, there are cannons.
Yeah,
Also,
it's a
Noah-
contingency.
But the problem here is that it only works on the cannon, not the ammunition.
That's
Oh,
fair.
tiny bullet.
Yeah.
Then
That
you have to
takes
cast
a
it
while.
again.
Yeah, that's going to take time.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to cast enlarge again. To
I mean,
just
honestly,
pour
Ash has a good point.
No, that's a waste
that
of
you
a
just-
spell slot.
You just do it twice, and then you have like an
It's
enormous
a waste
cannonball.
of a spell slot.
What if you miss?
You would need
Yeah.
2 people to do it because enlarge reduces a concentration spell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like do it on a sniper rifle, so that's
I
a
think
big
there are
fucking gun.
But you
better
still need a bigger bullet.
ideas.
Yeah,
I think there are other ideas that we could probably go with besides big gun.
I don't know. I was just thinking of contingencies so that in case Noah and Christmas can't get up there.
Oh, I can get up there.
He seems pretty
If you know what I mean.
I'm very confident.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say something, but I think I'll regret it if it comes out of my mouth.
Okay.
This isn't a situation where we have, half a dozen plans, and if one of them goes wrong, everything, falls apart. We have a whole bunch of plans, and if one of them goes wrong, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So, if for some reason we can't get up there and take care of the bird, we have other things that we can do to, take care of that.
And Sala says, also, that bird has to land sometime.
Yeah. Also, I'm
True.
incredibly confident in Noah's ability to take care of
It will land when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Intimidation check for exploding a bird over the enemy.
I mean, that might become a thing. But yeah, I think, I mean, we technically got 8 minutes left, but I think this is actually a good spot to stop since we're about to launch into the Basin plan, Project Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next week. Is there anything important coming up? I don't think so, because it's fucking January. Nothing happens in January.
Nope.
On the VODs front, I mentioned this earlier, but I believe 49 is up. 51 won't be posted until I post up the recap of 50. So we might be a little behind for a moment. But you can still catch those once we've caught up on Wednesdays after our streams. And of course, you can catch us here on Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. We also post podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, and other shit. Is there anything important with any of you?
No.
Negative.
Okay. Cool.
Nar.
Nar.
So, yeah, God, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Well, if it's important, I'll say it next time. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Join us next Saturday, like I said, 11 a.m. Eastern. And, bye.
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 Bye, all.